After rebirth, before you could even start your grand revenge, your whole family went absolutely bonkers. Your eldest sister, who always ignored you like you were invisible, is now crying and begging for your forgiveness. Your second sister, who always treated you like her mortal enemy, is now kneeling on the ground, face full of tears, just begging you to call her sister one more time. Even your parents, who always looked down on you with disgust, are now brown-nosing you with gifts of luxury cars and mansions. And the most terrifying part of it all, your fiancée, who always loathed your very existence, suddenly confessed her love to you, claiming she likes you and wants to marry you. Looking at this sudden 180-degree change in everyone, you simply cannot accept it. This rebirth script was supposed to be a satisfying, face-slapping revenge novel. If you guys all turn good, how the heck am I supposed to play this game? Fortunately, there is still one person who hasn't changed at all. On this day, you woke up in your room. After sorting through your memories, you realized you had been reborn and sent back to when you were 18. It was also the second year after your biological parents had found you. It was still that familiar, run-down room and clothes covered in patches, forming a stark and hilarious contrast with the others living in this luxurious villa. The only good news was your kidney was still safely inside your body. In your past life, in order to cure your biologically unrelated brother, your dear parents literally harvested your kidney with their own hands. Afterward, not only was there no gratitude whatsoever, they even kicked you out of the Zane family. At this moment, sitting on the bed, you are filled with endless emotion. Since the heavens let me live another life, then I'm sorry, I have no choice but to choose the path of revenge. Just as you were plotting your master plan, a knock suddenly sounded at the door. Brother, please come out and eat something. Don't make Mom, Dad, and our sisters worry anymore. I know you don't like me, and you feel like I stole more than a decade of your life. It's okay, as long as you can be well. I can leave this house. I only beg that you allow me to come back on holidays, just to visit Mom, Dad, and my sisters. The person outside the door was exactly that biologically unrelated brother of yours, and the main culprit who tortured you to death in your past life. Seeing that you didn't answer, Zachary continued crying and said, Brother, please don't ignore me. I apologize to you. This is the Ferrari Dad gave me. I know you like it too, brother. Please don't be unhappy. I'll just give it to you, okay? Hearing this, you instantly understood everything. Right now, Zachary was definitely not alone outside the door. You just didn't know whose face he was trying to win sympathy in front of this time. So, you opened the door. Oh, what's wrong, my dearest little brother? The next second, Zachary glanced at Chloe standing nearby and immediately put on a pitiful, aggrieved face. Brother, did I do something wrong? I just want us to have a good relationship. Why do you have to yell at me? Sigh, it's fine. You can yell at me all you want. As long as it makes you happy, brother, I'm willing to take anything. As soon as he said this, Chloe was instantly displeased. Ethan, Zachary just wanted to call you down for dinner. Don't go too far. If this situation happened in your past life, you definitely would have immediately apologized with a flattering smile. However, this time you also smiled. But it was a helpless, sarcastic smile. Didn't you guys explicitly say that when there are outsiders present, I'm not allowed at the dining table? Hearing this, Chloe froze for a moment, subconsciously looking at Zachary. Zachary also didn't expect you to just bluntly state it like that. The old you valued this hard-won family affection more than anything. To please this family, even if you suffered unfair treatment, you would just swallow your broken teeth and keep quiet to maintain the peace. What on earth was wrong with you today? To ease the awkwardness, Zachary quickly replied, Brother, what nonsense are you talking about? We are family. Of course we should eat together. As he spoke, tears literally started rolling down his face. I get it now. Brother doesn't like me and wants to smear my name in front of Chloe. Brother, you don't have to do this. Chloe and I are just good friends. I would never steal my brother's fiancée. Before he could even finish his Oscar-winning speech, Chloe stepped in front of Zachary, shielding him. Ethan, I don't care about your Zane family's internal drama, but I am telling you very clearly, my fiancé will absolutely never be you. There's no need for you to give Zachary attitude over this. Acting like this will only make me despise you more. Hearing this, the corner of Zachary's mouth curled up into an imperceptible, sneaky smirk. The Lawson family and the Zane family had frequent business dealings, and they interacted even more in their daily lives. And Chloe was the only daughter of the Lawson family. Everyone knew what marrying her meant. Thus, before you were even born, the two families had arranged a marriage. As the true biological son of the Zane family, after you returned to this house, the engagement naturally fell on your head. But at the same time, it made Zachary extremely sensitive in this house. After all, he didn't have a drop of Zane blood in his veins. If Chloe really ended up with you, the one who would be the most unwilling was Zachary. Now, seeing Chloe's hostile attitude towards you, he was extremely satisfied. Subsequently, you replied with absolute indifference. Miss Chloe, you're overthinking. I have zero interest in you. I couldn't care less about this so-called arranged marriage. If Miss Chloe has someone you fancy in your heart, please rest assured, I will absolutely not be a stumbling block on your quest for true love. Then you turned back to Zachary. As for my dearest little brother, you don't always have to pretend you've suffered some great injustice from me. just to test everyone's bottom line. The things you desperately want, I don't give a damn about. Also, I absolutely loathe people who drop tears at the drop of a hat, especially a guy. If crying actually worked, back when my grandparents passed away, and I desperately wished someone would help me countless times, I would have cried a million rivers by now. You acting like this all the time makes it seem like you're the one who went through all that suffering. Put away your worthless, cheap tears. It's honestly quite laughable. Hearing this, both Zachary and Chloe stood frozen in place. Neither seemed to expect that the usually submissive, lowly Ethan, who tried to please everyone, would speak such razor-sharp words. Seeing the dead silence around, you looked at the two of them. Anything else? If not, I need to rest. After speaking, you shut the door right in their faces. Leaning against the door, your tightly clenched fists turned white at the knuckles from excessive force. For a moment there, you were genuinely afraid that you wouldn't be able to control yourself and would just strangle Zachary. You could only repeatedly warn yourself in your heart, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Trading your brand new life for trash like him is absolutely not worth it. Given a second chance at life, you have countless ways to make up for the regrets of your past life. Murder is just the lowest tier method. In your past life, after you were brought back, the Zane parents claimed it was to cultivate the bond between you and your brother. Without even asking for your opinion, they threw you into the top-tier high school that Zachary and Chloe attended. Even though you really tried your absolute best facing a new school, a new education system, and the intense bullying from classmates, you still couldn't keep up with the curriculum. In the end, you only managed to get into some no-name college, and because of that, you completely became the perfect pathetic foil to Zachary. Until your senior year of college, the Zane couple called you, their voices choked with emotion, saying Zachary had a severe kidney disease, and they hoped you could donate one of your kidneys to him. As compensation, they promised to treat you very well in the future, give you company shares, and let you enter the family business after graduation. At that time, you were just too desperate for family love. Thinking back on it now, you really wanted to slap the past version of yourself a few thousand times. You could never forget the image in your mind when you were pushed onto the operating table, and Zachary gave you a look of pure pity and contempt. Ethan, you really are pathetic. So what if you're the biological son? In the end, with just one word from me, you still have to obediently hand your kidney over. Let me tell you the truth. I don't have kidney disease at all. I'm purely just tricking your biological parents. Originally, I just wanted to see how far they would go for me. I didn't expect they would actually be willing to cut out their real son's kidney for me. Ethan, you really are a spineless loser that neither your father nor mother loves. Afterward, everyone went to care for Zachary, while you almost couldn't make it out of the hospital due to infection complications. Although you luckily survived in the end, your body's functions became extremely poor. Perhaps purely out of guilt or a sudden strike of conscience, the Zane couple actually did give you 5% of the company's shares. In short, the you from your past life was purely a top-tier certified wimp. As your thoughts swirled, half an hour quickly passed. At this time, another knock came from the door. You got up and opened it. You saw the expressionless Zane parents, along with Fiona and Lana, who had anger written all over their faces. And of course, the most important main character, Zachary. Dad, Mom, sisters, please don't be like this, okay? It's my fault. I don't know what I did to make brother angry. If you want to blame someone, just blame me for being ignorant. While speaking, he choked up several times with Oscar-worthy timing. The second sister, Lana, whose heart was aching for him, immediately got anxious seeing this scene. She quickly and gently wiped away the tears that were about to drop from Zachary's eyes. Don't say that, Zachary. You are already sensible enough. Seeing this, Zachary put on an act and sniffled twice, while shooting a fearful, timid glance at you. With just this tiny little look, everyone present understood everything. The next second, Lana whipped her head around to glare at you, the disgust in her eyes utterly beyond words. It was as if she was looking at some heinous, unforgivable criminal. At the same time, the eldest sister also slowly spoke up. Ethan, why did you bully little Zach? Why did you make little Zach look bad in front of Chloe? I am truly disappointed in you. Hearing this, you let out a loud burst of laughter, staring straight at your eldest sister, Fiona. My biological parents and my blood-related sisters are all babying my dear little brother. How suicidal would I have to be to touch your precious reverse scale? Then you looked at Zachary. I wonder how I bullied you this time? Can you give your brother some specific details? Hearing this, Zachary subconsciously dodged your gaze and kept hiding behind his second sister. This action immediately ignited Lana's protective instincts. Ethan, you made a mistake and don't even have the guts to admit it. Dare you say you didn't embarrass little Zach just now? Hearing this, you couldn't help but snort with laughter. Oh, my dear second sister, you guys were the ones who personally said it, that I'm not presentable enough. And when there are guests at home, I am forbidden from eating at the table. I was merely following your orders to the letter. Enough. The normally silent Father Zane frowned slightly and glanced at you. Your brother just kindly called you down for dinner. You are the older brother. Yielding to your younger brother is completely justified. Just apologize to little Zach and let it go. Seeing this, the mother beside him also spoke with a profound lecturing tone. Yes, Ethan, your brother has a weak constitution. As an older brother, it's only right that you give way to him. Seeing this circus, you only found it hilarious. Father, mother, eldest sister, second sister, whatever Zachary wants in this house, I can yield to him. After all, there is nothing in this house worth my care. But if you want to casually dump a bucket of crap on my head, then I can only refuse. Instantly, everyone looked at you in disbelief. Are you blaming us? Hearing this, you waved your hand dismissively. That's too serious of a word. Back when you found me, you said you were my biological parents and took me back, saying you wanted to make up for 15 years of my life. But it's been 2 years now. I've only seen my one-sided effort to become your good son. Yet you all seem to have failed to fulfill your initial promises. Moreover, these 2 sisters absolutely loathe me and look down on me. Is this the compensation you were talking about? And you say I'm bullying young Master Zach? Does a guy like me who was missing for 15 years even have the qualifications to bully the young Master Zach you've pampered for 18 years? Let me ask you guys again. Which time was it that I didn't even open my mouth before being entirely blamed by all of you? As you spoke, your gaze swept across the crowd. Instantly, everyone frowned. Finally, you looked at Zachary. Put away your cheap little tricks and hypocrisy, doing these disgusting little stunts behind people's backs all day long. Do you take everyone for fools? Seeing this, Zachary shook his head frantically. No, brother, you misunderstand me. I truly just want you to get along better with Mom, Dad, and our sisters. Hearing this, you burst into loud laughter. Is that so? Then why is my relationship with everyone getting worse and worse? Or is it that you're just straight up lying? For example, just now, my dearest little brother, did I really bully you? Suddenly, Zachary was left speechless, only able to desperately control his emotions with tears brimming in his eyes. Before anyone else could speak up for him, you smiled and said, just kidding. Actually, brother, here is quite envious of you. You have the love of Mom, Dad, and our sisters. You get to live in the biggest room, while brother isn't even worthy of staying in a vacant nanny's room. Of course, you also receive all sorts of gifts, anytime, anywhere, while brother hasn't celebrated a single birthday since arriving here. But what I envy the most is that you have all kinds of nice new clothes, unlike your brother, who is covered head to toe in cheap flea market knockoffs. So, my dear little brother, compared to my life, your brother is truly from the bottom of his heart envious of you. Once this barrage of words was fired, the faces of everyone in the Zane family turned pale. Especially when birthdays, rooms, and clothes were mentioned, Father Zane's usually strict face gradually turned ugly. Mother Zane, who usually never looked you in the eye, rarely showed a hint of startling realization. Looking at the tiny room converted from a storage closet behind you, and the clothes you were wearing, she hesitated for a moment, opened her mouth, but ultimately couldn't say a word. Beside them, Zachary's lips trembled slightly, wanting to say something to defend himself, but completely blanking on what to say. He could only fiercely, venomously glare at you when no one else was looking. Then you very appropriately let out a huge yawn. It's late, I have school tomorrow. If there's nothing else, I'm going to sleep. Just as you turned around, Father Zane suddenly stopped you. Then he turned to Mother Zane and said, tell the servants to clean up the master bedroom on the 2nd floor. And Mother Zane, rarely enough, didn't stop him, and directly ordered the servants to do it. Seeing this, you cast a triumphant look at Zachary. Feeling your gaze, Zachary felt a sense of crisis for the very first time. He immediately leaned closer to his second sister. At the same time, several maids opened your wardrobe. The few tattered and torn clothes inside put the maids in a difficult spot. Such ragged clothes should have been thrown away ages ago, yet they were the only pieces of clothing you owned. Seeing this, Father Zane waved his hand impatiently, signaling them to throw all these clothes away. However, you immediately grabbed the maid's hand and then folded the clothes piece by piece. These took me a long time to save up for. They are still wearable. It'd be a pity to throw them away. Hearing this, Father Zane unexpectedly lost his temper, smacking the clothes out of your hands. Nonsense! I transfer 100,000 in pocket money to you every month. Who are you trying to put on a show for by wearing clothes like this? Hearing this, your heart was filled with confusion. 100,000 in pocket money? However, when you saw the unnatural expressions on Lana's and Zachary's faces, you instantly understood everything. Before you could speak, Father Zane continued his scolding. Look at the state of you. Where is there even a trace of the Zane family's elegance in you? If word gets out, people will think my Zane family can't even afford to raise a son. Hearing this, you just found it hilarious. My respected father, I am very grateful that you brought me back, gave me a place to live, and let me attend a top-tier high school. But in these 2 years, aside from tuition, I earned all my living expenses myself. Although my clothes are cheap, I bought them all myself. Aside from occasionally eating a half-filling meal at home, I have never, in a true sense, spent a single dime of your Zane family's money. So, regarding raising a son, you really don't have the right to say that. The next second, Father Zane's expression changed drastically. What kind of talk is that? Then where did the spending notification texts from the bank card come from? Seeing this, you pretended to sigh. To put it bluntly, even if I didn't return to the Zane family, I could still study while working part-time. Look at the situation now. I'm still feeding myself, yet I have to endure your insults and accusations. Not to mention, from the moment I entered the Zane family, I've been treated like some low-class thug who only came for the inheritance. Hearing this, Mother Zane immediately looked at Lana. Where is the bank card I told you to give to Ethan? As soon as she said this, everyone looked at Lana. Lana's face instantly turned ghastly pale. Knowing full well she had done something wrong, even now, she still refused to admit it. Instantly, everyone else understood too. However, right at this moment, Zachary suddenly stepped forward, crying pitifully and saying, I'm sorry, Dad, Mom. It's my fault. Brother's card is with me. I originally thought Mom gave it to me. I didn't do it on purpose. Dad, Mom, please don't blame second sister. If you want to blame someone, blame me. Saying that, he was about to dramatically drop to his knees, while wiping away tears that didn't even exist. I guess I should leave. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for raising me. Thank you, eldest sister and second sister, for taking care of me all these years. Before he could finish, Lana violently pulled up the kneeling Zachary. It's not your fault, and the one who should leave shouldn't be you either. Then she looked stubbornly at the Zane couple. Dad, Mom, you told me to give the card to my brother, but I only have one brother, and that's little Zach, so I don't think I did anything wrong. After saying that, she simply dragged Zachary away. Oh my god. You guys play this combo move way too well. What parent could possibly blame you after that? I, Ethan, am truly prostrating myself in admiration of this bullcrap. Then, the eldest sister, Fiona, also followed them away. At this time, a trace of apology actually appeared in the eyes of Father and Mother Zane. Ethan, Lana has been spoiled by us. You guys just haven't spent enough time together. It will all get better in the future. Hearing this, you just smiled faintly. It's fine, after all. Second sister is only 20 years old. I forgive her. As for that young Master Zane who took my place for 18 years, I forgive him too, who told me to be the older brother. The next second, a flash of awkwardness crossed Mother Zane's face. Child, don't say that. It's Mom's fault. I always felt little. Zach had a weak constitution, so I gave you a little less attention. Mom will properly make it up to you from now on. Let's not. I don't have the hobby of stealing other people's things. Hearing this, the smiles on the couple's faces froze again. Are you blaming us? No, on the contrary, I want to thank you. You guys taught me a lot of things. Then you picked up the clothes on the floor and grinned widely. If there's nothing else, I'm going to sleep. These clothes still can't be thrown away, otherwise I'll have nothing to wear tomorrow. Saying that, you walked towards the bedroom on the second floor. Pushing the door open, there was only one feeling. Massive. It was about the size of 3 or 4 of your old rooms combined. Then you opened the floor-to-ceiling window, looked at the night scenery outside the villa through the glass, and took a deep breath. The game has just begun. Round 1 can temporarily be counted as a minor victory. Unexpectedly, a short while later, another knock came at the door. Next days, it was between classes. A weak, pale-faced young man walked in from the door, holding 2 cups of milk tea in his hands. Seeing this, the people in the class all joked. Zachary is here to see Chloe again. Huh? Wow! Milk tea, how sweet! Seeing everyone's reaction, Zachary quickly coughed weakly twice. Then, 6 more people walked into the classroom from outside, each carrying several cups of milk tea. Under everyone's shocked gazes, Zachary smiled. Actually, I prepared a cup for everyone. As soon as he said this, everyone cheered with joy. However, someone quickly started speaking sarcastically. Zachary, you're really so kind and generous. I really don't know what some people are thinking, actually having the nerve to bully you. Then, they immediately cast their gazes toward your seat. From the first day you transferred here, this biologically unrelated brother of yours had been pretending not to know you. Of course, this matter was unanimously agreed upon by the Zane family. Looking back on it today, you couldn't help but feel a tiny bit of sarcastic sighing in your heart. Ethan, you are our son, and little Zach is also the child we raised for over 10 years. If we announce your identity now, what will others think of little Zach? You're the older brother, so just yield to your younger brother. How utterly ridiculous. The biological son can't officially return to his roots, but instead has to accommodate a biologically unrelated adopted son. Although Zachary pretended not to know you, it didn't delay him from framing you one bit. After handing Chloe a cup of milk tea, Zachary immediately walked towards you, and he walked incredibly slowly. Every few steps he had to stop, bend over, and take a few heavy breaths before he could continue. He displayed his weak yet strong and persistent sedetto the absolute fullest, especially paired with those pitiful puppy dog eyes. Everyone was itching to rush up and protect him. Arriving in front of you, he immediately plastered on a smile. Classmate Ethan, this milk tea is for you. I hope we can become good friends in the future. Saying that, he struggled to raise his right hand holding the milk tea. After watching this theatrical performance for half a day, you just laughed bluntly. Bro, are you planning to apply for the film academy? Practicing your acting skills right here? These steps and expressions are matched flawlessly. Hearing this, the fake smile on Zachary's face instantly stiffened. Ethan, what's wrong with you? Even if you don't like me, you can't insult my character like this. Facing this kind of person, you didn't plan on tangling with him too much, so you just rolled your eyes at him and prepared to read your book. Who would have thought that the next second, the milk tea in Zachary's hand would suddenly, inexplicably, draw a beautiful arc in the air, and then, splat, smash onto the floor. The splashing milk stains covered his entire shoe. Before you could even react, Zachary immediately spoke up. Ethan, if you hate me and don't want to be friends with me, just say so. I only beg that you stop bullying me. Instantly, we were surrounded by everyone's glares. Ethan, you're going too far. Zachary kindly treated everyone to milk tea. If you don't want to drink it, fine. But what's the meaning of knocking it over? Yeah. Relying on your strong body to bully the weak, Zachary. Just you wait. I'm going to tell the teacher right now. Hearing that someone was going to tell the teacher, Zachary hastily said, Forget it, everyone. Please don't be angry. I'm fine. I believe classmate Ethan didn't do it on purpose. I also believe that one day I will move classmate Ethan, so he won't bully me anymore. Hearing this supreme level of green tea, manipulative talk, the surrounding classmates became even more indignant. Zachary, you're just too kind. People like Ethan have no conscience. Making friends with him is worse than raising a dog. Just then, Chloe walked over, looking furious. From the corner of his eye, Zachary spotted her, and quietly and ruthlessly pinched his own arm. His arm instantly turned red, and he himself directly squeezed out a few drops of tears. Then, looking intensely wronged, he stood there with his head bowed. Looking at this overwhelming display of grievance, you were even in a trance for a second, wondering if you really did do something terrible to him. I told you if you ever bully Zachary again, I will make you pay the price. Your behavior truly makes me sick. Apologize to Zachary right now. As soon as her voice fell, the surrounding classmates joined in the uproar. Yeah, hurry up and apologize to classmate Zachary. However, you didn't pay any attention to the others. Instead, you stared straight at Zachary. You really are a piece of trash who loves to play the victim, just to win other people's sympathy and pity, huh? Saying that, you stood straight up. Your over 1.8-meter muscular height instantly scared Zachary into stumbling backward. What do you want to do? If you dare touch me, second sister will absolutely not let you off. While talking, Zachary hid behind Chloe. Seeing this, you couldn't help but snort with laughter. Your reflex of hiding behind a woman is seriously practiced to perfection. Don't be scared. I just want to clear your name. Hearing this, Chloe also reacted. Just now, for a split second, it felt like someone had pushed her forward. Her face instantly turned a bit ugly. Noticing the change in Chloe's expression, Zachary hurriedly stepped out. No, don't talk nonsense. I'm just weak and got scared by you, and I accidentally stepped on the milk tea, so I took a step back. It's absolutely not what you're saying. Ethan, why do you always target me? Could you please stop bullying me? Seeing this, you didn't speak but first smiled and locked eyes with him. However, after barely a second, Zachary guiltily looked away, so you immediately smiled slightly. Darling, don't look down, look up. Saying that, you pointed at the cameras at the front and back of the classroom. Do you see what those are? Aren't those the surveillance cameras used to monitor the college entrance exams? Oh, right. You were feeling unwell back then, and were busy getting your driver's license, so you didn't come to school, so you probably didn't know, did you? The next second, seeing the cameras, Zachary's face instantly flushed the color of pig liver. He quickly took another step back. Ethan, our senior year is a crucial sprint phase. I don't want to be affected by this matter. As long as you don't bully me anymore, that's enough. Hearing this, you burst into loud laughter. At the same time, a voice came from behind. But I clearly saw you throw the milk tea on the floor yourself, and you even pinched yourself. Although the voice wasn't loud, because everyone was focusing on this direction, it was heard crystal clear by everyone. For a moment, the classmates started whispering among themselves. After all, this voice came from a student who had just transferred here today. Her level of fairness was unquestionable. You must have seen wrong. It was clearly Ethan bullying me. Were you threatened by him? It's okay. We will protect you. You don't have to be afraid. Behind you, Mia lowered her head and replied, I didn't talk nonsense, and I wasn't threatened. If you don't believe me, everyone can check the cameras. I just wanted to state the facts. Can you please not glare at me? Hearing the word cameras, Zachary instantly panicked. I'm sorry. Maybe I was just too anxious. I apologize to you. I wasn't glaring at you. After all, he didn't dare let them check the cameras. Otherwise, the persona he had painstakingly built would completely collapse. Then Mia immediately added, What about classmate Ethan? Shouldn't you apologize to him too? Before Mia could finish, Zachary looked at you, gritted his teeth, and whispered, I'm sorry, through his teeth, then turned around and was about to leave. This sudden plot twist instantly stunned everyone. No way. Was this all directed and acted by Zachary himself? Good lord, is this the level of scheming someone this age should have? Feeling the gazes from everyone around him, Zachary indignantly wanted to glare at you, but thinking of the cameras, he had to change it into looking at you with red, teary eyes. However, right at this moment, you suddenly spoke up. Hold on a second. You casually flicked some imaginary dust off Zachary's shoulder, then you burst into laughter. I forgot. It seems these cameras are only turned on during the college exams. Normally they aren't activated at all. Sorry about that, scared you, didn't I? Hearing this, Zachary gave you a venomous glare, then gritted his teeth, lowered his head, and left the classroom without a word. After Zachary left, Chloe looked at you with an awkward expression. You immediately said, "It's fine." Hearing this, Chloe looked a bit surprised. "What? I said it's fine. Anyway, things like this haven't happened just once or twice. I just hope next time. Class monitor Chloe can tell that Zachary to stay far away from me. I don't have a witness every single time." Hearing this, Chloe had an expression like she just swallowed a bug, didn't say anything more, turned around, and went back to her seat. After a victorious battle, you prepared to thank your biggest contributor, so you turned around to look at Mia. For some reason, a pitiful wronged glimmer flashed in her clear eyes. Just as you were about to ask her what was wrong, she sat back down in her seat and turned her back to you. Seeing her looking like she had suffered some massive grievance, you directly laughed out loud. It seemed she was frightened by the fierce glare Zachary gave her at the end. Although Mia was a transfer student who only arrived today, you had actually seen her this morning. On the way to school, you suddenly heard a commotion coming from an alley. You subconsciously glanced over and saw 4 or 5 delinquent girls surrounding an incredibly beautiful young girl, and one of the delinquents was trying to shove a cigarette into the girl's mouth. Maybe it was because you had also been bullied in your past life, or maybe you purely wanted to help this adorable girl. In any case, without even thinking, you directly rushed over. You grabbed the hand of the delinquent, holding the cigarette with one hand, and with the other, you pulled the girl behind you. The delinquent girl instantly cursed out loud. "Who the F are you? I'm Ethan, a senior at Haiwan High School. I saw you forcing this student to smoke. That is bad behavior, so I'm here to stop it." Hearing this, the delinquent crossed her arms and let out a disdainful scoff. "What's that supposed to mean?" "It means as long as I'm here, don't even think about touching a single hair on her head." Seeing this, the delinquent let out a cold sneer. However, just as she was about to say something, her body suddenly paused for a second. Then she frowned, muttered, "Psycho," and left with her crew. Immediately after, you quickly looked at the girl. "Are you okay?" The girl had her eyes lowered. Hearing your voice, she slowly raised her head. Her adorable expression, combined with her flawless baby fat, gave her a natural born-to-be-bullied aura. Seeing her expression, you quickly lowered your voice. "Don't be afraid, they're gone. No one will bully you anymore." The girl stared with her bright, clear eyes, and a soft, sweet voice sounded. "Thank you." This voice paired with this expression made you feel your entire body melt. "You're welcome. Next time you run into these people, you can tell the teachers or the principal. Whatever you do, don't just tolerate it, remember?" Because she really looked way too easy to bully, you patiently instructed her. Hearing this, the girl blinked and nodded obediently. I know." After that, you bid her farewell. However, what you didn't expect was that the girl actually transferred to your class, and she even became your desk mate. That's how she became your witness during Zachary's suicidal stunt today. Although in your memories of your past life, there was no one named Mia, she still helped you out big time. So you quickly poked her arm lightly with your finger and then handed her a candy from your pocket. The moment she saw the candy, Mia immediately smiled. Then she carefully took the candy. "Classmate Ethan, you are the first person to ever give me candy. Thank you." Hearing this, you secretly sighed in your heart. So tragic. Growing up this big and no one has ever given her a gift. What kind of life did this child live before? But it makes sense. A beautiful girl with a soft, easily bullied personality. It's inevitable that some people won't like her. Being bullied and isolated is unfortunately normal. So you immediately patted your chest and declared, "It's fine. From now on, I've got you covered. Nobody will dare bully you anymore." Hearing this, Mia nodded excitedly. Then she put the candy in her pocket. Finally, she even patted the pocket. Then she asked softly, "Who was that guy just now? Why did he want to frame you? Just some nobody. Remember, if you meet people like him in the future, you must steer clear. You can't be as stubborn as you were today. Got it?" Hearing this, Mia blinked, looking confused. "Why? Sigh, you're just too kind. You don't understand the sinister nature of human hearts at all. A guy like him might look like a decent human being, but his heart is filthy. Anyway, just stay away from him in the future. If he dares to bully you, you tell me. Watch how I deal with him." Got it!" Mia nodded vigorously. Then she threw herself into studying. After school, Mia suddenly blushed and handed you a piece of paper. "If there's any problem you don't understand, you can call and ask me." Saying that, she left the school without looking back. Looking at the long string of numbers, you sighed with emotion. Living another life, you never expected to have such happy moments. However, just as you arrived home and pushed the door open, all your sense of happiness suddenly vanished into thin air. You saw the family standing in a row, furiously glaring at you. Second sister didn't even hesitate, delivering a slap straight to your face right off the bat. Looking at the wronged, fragile young master Zachary, you instantly understood. This biologically unrelated brother of ours was stirring up crap again. However, right as you stepped through the door, what welcomed you was a slap from second sister. Seeing this coming, you took a step back, smoothly grabbed Lana's descending arm, applied a little force and tossed her onto the floor. Then you looked into the living room. You saw the family lined up neatly, faces stiff with anger. After second sister fell, Father Zane slammed the table. "Ethan, look at what you've become now." At the same time, Zachary quickly ran over to help second sister up. After she got up, she pointed at you and cursed. You piece of trash, you actually dared to hit me. However, you ignored Lana completely and walked straight to the center of the living room. Father, quite the grand setup we have today. Were you bullying little Zach in front of his classmates at school today? How many times have I told you? Little Zach is your younger brother. Why can't you just yield to him a bit? Are you only satisfied when you turn this house upside down? And what were you doing just now? You actually pushed your second sister to the ground. Before you could even open your mouth, Zachary, seeing his parents were already angry, immediately teared up and said aggrievedly, Dad, Mom, please don't blame brother. It's all my fault. Then he immediately turned his head to look at you. Brother, I know you don't like me. You can treat me badly, because I took over a decade of your life for nothing. If you hate me or blame me, I accept it all. But you absolutely should not have laid a hand on second sister. Hearing this, you shrugged your shoulders, nodded at father and mother Zane, then walked right up to Zachary. Next, you took off your glasses, raised your hand, and gave him a resounding slap. With a crisp slap, Zachary did a flawless 360-degree pirouette on the spot, before landing hard on his butt. Instantly, everyone was stunned. Even the victim himself was dazed for several seconds before he started wailing loudly. Then you walked back to Father Zane. All right, I apologize for bullying young Master Zachary. As for second sister, if everyone isn't blind, you should clearly understand what just happened, right? Hearing this, Father Zane instantly went into a rage. Ethan, sure enough, I shouldn't have brought you back. The vulgar, trashy nature in your bones disgusts me. Hearing this, you couldn't help but laugh out loud. Father is absolutely right. I am vulgar and trashy, not like young Master Zach, who uses underhanded, hypocritical methods. Actually, everyone is about the same. How exactly is he nobler than me? As soon as your voice fell, Mother Zane immediately swung a slap your way. Apologize to little Zach and Lana. Subsequently, you touched your numb cheek. I have already apologized for the things I've done. As for the things I haven't done, why the hell should I apologize? You still dare to talk back? I am your mother. I'm telling you to apologize. Saying that, another slap came swinging towards you. However, this time, you grabbed Mother Zane's wrist first. That slap just now, I took out of respect for you as my mother. But this slap is crossing the line. How is this possible? How is this possible? To think you actually came out of my belly. Ethan, you truly make me feel sick. At this time, Zachary instantly threw himself into Mother Zane's arms. Mom, it hurts. It really hurts. Looking at the red mark on Zachary's face and the tears streaming from his eyes, Mother Zane instantly transformed into an angel. It's okay. Mom and Dad will get justice for you. If only you were my biological son, Ethan truly doesn't even amount to half of you. Watching this deeply affectionate and warm family in front of you, you were almost moved to tears. At this moment, Lana yelled at the top of her lungs. Ethan, you hit me. You must give me an explanation for this. Hearing this, you slowly walked up to Lana. An explanation? I wonder what kind of explanation second sister wants. You guys only ever listen to Zachary's one-sided story and immediately pin the blame on me. Have you ever bothered to understand what actually happened? In these 2 years, how many times has young Master Zach claimed I bullied him? Am I really that stupid? Knowing full well you all protect him, I still go out of my way to bully him. How much of a masochist must I be to constantly look for trouble for myself? Use your pig brains for a second, my dear second sister. Then your gaze swept over everyone again, finally landing on Father Zane. Whatever I've done, I will own up to it. Whatever I haven't done, no one can force me to confess to it. Bloodlines are a very magical thing. They prevent me from doing some truly underhanded, despicable things. After saying that, you headed straight upstairs without looking back. Young Master Zach, still in Mother Zane's arms, kept staring at you with venomous eyes. Seeing that Father Zane didn't dish out a punishment, his crying grew even louder. Dad, it hurts. Growing up this big, you've never even hit me. Woo 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 woo. Returning to your room, you threw yourself directly onto the bed. This was the first time you had clashed with the Zane family to this extent. Honestly, it felt pretty damn good. Then you took out your phone and successfully added Mia. That night, you slept incredibly comfortably, so much so that you woke up 10 minutes later than usual the next day. You quickly went out to buy a few steamed buns, eating them while waiting for the bus. Right at this moment, a black BMW slowly drove by. The person in the car couldn't help but frown slightly upon seeing you. Playing hard to get? Ethan, you really won't give up, will you? I should have seen through your true colors long ago. Just then, her phone rang. Chloe, please help me persuade brother. He might have developed resentment towards me because of yesterday's misunderstanding. Last night, he not only hit me, but now he's hogging the car and won't let the driver take me, forcing me to walk to school. I really have no other options. Can you come pick me up? Seeing this message, Chloe subconsciously looked up at the bus stop, a trace of confusion appearing in her eyes. However, she still had the driver turn the car around. The moment Zachary saw Chloe's car, his legs suddenly started running, looking like he would trip and fall onto the ground at any second. Seeing this, Chloe quickly got out to help him. Are you okay? Hearing this, Zachary forced out a weak and bitter smile. Chloe, I'm fine. If it wasn't for brother throwing a tantrum, I wouldn't have been out of options. and made you take a detour to come get me. I'm really sorry." As he spoke, Zachary opened the left side car door himself, perfectly exposing his right cheek to Chloe's full view. After sensing Chloe's gaze, he deliberately pretended to have forgotten to cover it up, hastily turned his head away and whimpered softly, "Don't look, Chloe, please don't look." At the same time, tears instantly started streaming down his face. "I'm begging you, Chloe, don't look. Please leave me my last bit of dignity, okay?" This was done by Ethan. Zachary sobbed twice, then burst out crying with a wah. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I should have obediently left the Zane family the very first day brother came back. Then brother wouldn't hate me so much." Hearing this, Chloe sighed. "This isn't your fault. You were both just kids back then. You couldn't control which family you were adopted into. But brother really hates me right now. He feels like I stole everything from him. Clearly, after he came back, I gave everything up for him. But why does brother still have to bully me? Chloe, please help me talk to him. I won't steal his things. I just hope he can let me off and stop hitting me. I really can't take it anymore." Hearing this, Chloe immediately replied coldly, "Don't worry, I will definitely get justice for you. Chloe, when the time comes, he definitely won't admit he hit me. He will also definitely say he took the bus to school. So please don't get into a conflict with him. I'm afraid he'll harass you." Hearing this, Chloe was instantly jolted awake. Wait a minute. She clearly watched Ethan get on the bus with her own 2 eyes. Did he come all the way back just to hijack Zachary's private car? For a moment, Chloe suddenly found herself unable to read Zachary. On the way to school, Zachary didn't shut up either. "Chloe, could you please not hate brother? In the end, it's still me being too ignorant. Actually, there's another thing. I don't even know if I should tell you." Then, before Chloe could reply, Zachary continued, "Actually, brother is a violent maniac. Yesterday he not only hit me, but he also hit second sister, and even made dad so angry he was speechless. Mom was even crying from anger. So I really don't want you to get hurt in any way." Hearing this, Chloe didn't offer much commentary. If everything Zachary orchestrated was just to warn her to stay away from Ethan, then it made some sense. On the other side, as soon as you entered the classroom, Maya took out a few strawberries. "Ethan, do you want some?" "Sure. Didn't expect you to understand the concept of returning favors." Then you took a strawberry and popped it into your mouth. "Oh hey, pretty sweet and tasty." Hearing this, Mia's eyes lit up and she immediately pulled out another strawberry. "Here, I have more." After that, you ate quite a few in a row, until you suddenly realized you were someone with a combined mental age of over 30 across 2 lives, sitting here snacking on a kid's treats. "You keep them for yourself. If you give them all to me, what will you eat?" Hearing this, Mia patted her pocket. "I still have plenty." Seeing those innocent, pitiful eyes of hers, as if the moment you refused she would burst into tears, you had no choice but to compromise. "All right, last one. I really can't eat anymore." Seeing this, Mia smiled in absolute contentment. Then she checked the time, stood up and whispered to you, "I'm going to the restroom." You subconsciously hummed and It wasn't until Mia left that you realized, why is this girl reporting to me just to go to the bathroom? In the blink of an eye, 10 minutes passed. Seeing that Mia hadn't returned, you felt something was off. So you sprinted toward the restroom. Just as you reached the door, you heard voices inside. "You actually transferred to this school? Do you really think that guy will protect you? You better take a puff this time." Instantly, you clenched your fists and then kicked open the restroom door. "Mia, come here!" Hearing your shout, Mia hurriedly lowered her head and trotted to your side. "How are you? Are you okay?" Hearing this, Mia shook her head. "I'm fine." Then you looked at the delinquent girls in the restroom. "You all better remember this. From now on, Mia is under my protection. If you dare bully her again, don't blame me for getting nasty." Hearing this, the delinquent girl was about to snap back, but her expression suddenly froze and she instantly shut her mouth. Seeing that they didn't say anything, you just took Mia and left the place. However, after taking a few steps, you suddenly remembered something. You turned back around, snatched a few strawberries from the hands of the delinquent girls, and then left again under their dumbfounded stares. On the way back to the classroom, you looked at the adorably naive Mia and couldn't help but sigh. "You are way too easy to bully." Hearing this, Mia embarrassingly lowered her head. "I'm not afraid. Aren't you here to protect me? I can protect you at school, of course. But later when you graduate and step into society, what will you do then? So you have to learn to fight back, to say no, understand?" Hearing this, Mia nodded. "I know. Give me the strawberries in your pocket." The next second, Mia quickly reached her hand into her pocket. Seeing this, you immediately pinched Mia's cheek. "You're supposed to say no. I just told you and you already forgot." Got it." Looking at Mia's serious demeanor, you patted your own head, feeling utterly helpless. However, right at this moment, a voice suddenly rang out. "Ethan, you are truly beyond saving. Is bullying people something to be proud of? Was bullying Zachary not enough for you? Now you have to bully the new student too?" Hearing this, you glanced at Zachary hiding behind Chloe. "I have already apologized to him. If you don't believe me, ask him. As for bullying the new student, which one of your eyes saw me bullying her?" Seeing this, Zachary gently tugged at Chloe's clothes. He spoke in a choked, lowly voice. "Forget it, Chloe. I'm already fine. Then he looked at Mia. Classmate, don't be afraid. Classmate Ethan is just a bit vulgar. If he did anything wrong, please don't mind him. Hearing this, Mia looked utterly confused. Do you know, opening your mouth just to stick the label vulgar onto someone else is really impolite. Besides, you're clearly a guy too. Why do you always like hiding behind a girl? Why do you keep saying classmate Ethan bullied you? You're not even in the same class. Does he purposely go to your class just to bully you? And you say Ethan is so scary. Why does he only target you to bully? So weird. Hearing these words, Zachary was instantly dumbfounded. He quickly stepped out from behind Chloe. He never expected that his usual two tricks wouldn't work and would be pointed out right to his face. Unable to refute her with words, Zachary immediately revealed the slap mark on his face. Seeing this, Chloe instantly went into a rage. You slapped him, didn't you? Hearing this, you stepped closer and nodded as if to confirm. Looks like I hit him, but the handprint seems a bit small. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that I've already apologized to him. So if I slap you, and then apologize, we can just pretend nothing happened. Hearing this, you didn't answer immediately. Instead, you thought about it seriously before solemnly answering. If it's under certain specific circumstances, I suppose so. This answer made Chloe frown slightly. You clearly weren't like this in the beginning. What was I like in the beginning? Brought back from a remote mountain village, too scared to even speak when seeing everyone, trying my hardest to please everyone, terrified of losing my hard-won family and friends. Exactly, totally unlike now. Showing an attitude of complete indifference to everyone, and certainly not bullying Zachary at the drop of a hat. Hearing this, you snorted with laughter. Is it only when I silently endure all the accusations and false charges that I count as unchanged? Seeing this, Zachary suddenly stepped in front of Chloe. Ethan, no. All of us just want you to become better. You misunderstand us. Hearing this, you shrugged your shoulders and looked at Chloe. Misunderstand? So you weren't just standing up for Zachary? After all, you're the best at this, acting like a superhero. Sometimes I feel exhausted just watching you. Hearing this, Chloe didn't refute, but Zachary got fired up. Chloe, she just doesn't want you to bully me anymore. If Chloe hadn't helped me today, I wouldn't even know how to get to school. You can bully me, but I will not allow you to bully Chloe. While speaking, Zachary's face flushed red, as if he had mustered an immense amount of courage. Then he looked tenderly at Chloe. Don't mind that I get bullied often. To protect you, I can step up bravely too, even though my body is frail. For you, I would hold up the sky. As soon as his words fell, Zachary was actually moved to tears by himself. Seeing this, you cursed under your breath, psycho. We're going back to the classroom. If there's nothing else, please step aside. After saying that, you took Mia and went back to your seats. Having seen through everything, you were too lazy to argue with them anymore. No matter how much you said, it couldn't compete with the tears rolling down Zachary's face. However, watching your back as you calmly walked away, Chloe's heart suddenly felt inexplicably stifled. He obviously wouldn't ignore her like this before. Why was it that since yesterday, he seemed like a completely different person, not even willing to spare her an extra glance? Just as Chloe was full of confusion, Zachary beside her spoke up again. Chloe, please don't blame brother. He just has some misunderstandings about me. I believe one day when the misunderstandings are cleared up, he won't treat me like this anymore. If it were a normal day hearing Zachary say this, Chloe might have felt he was very sensible. But right now, hearing these crying and whining noises, she only felt annoyed. Class is starting soon. Let's go back to our classrooms first. After saying that, Chloe returned to her own class. Watching Chloe's back, Zachary immediately dropped his aggrieved act. Instantly, a smug smirk hooked the corner of his mouth. Ethan, no matter what, you can't beat me. Mom and Dad are on my side. And now even Chloe has started to despise you. What right do you have to compete with me? So what if you're the biological son? The one who is unloved is the true trash. Then, Zachary touched the slap mark on his face again. To keep this handprint, I suffered quite a bit. Just you wait. One day, I'll make you taste this kind of pain, too. And that day won't be far off. Very quickly, a class ended. A bunch of students from other classes suddenly appeared at the door of your classroom. Look, the guy sitting at the very back is Ethan. He's the one who beat Zachary up like that. People like him only bully the weak and fear the strong. Everyone knows Zachary has a weak constitution. Let him try bullying someone else. See if he still dares to. Hearing these voices, Mia couldn't help but frown slightly. However, right at this moment, you smilingly said to her, "Do you believe me? Zachary is definitely hiding somewhere outside the classroom right now. The moment I make a sound, it'll only take a few seconds for him to jump out and start apologizing, and then he'll say some totally nonsensical garbage." Hearing this, Mia giggled. Really? Just watch. With that, you directly stood up from your seat. Are you guys really that bored? At the same time, you walked forward with one hand behind your back, extending a finger as you walked. Mia silently counted along in the back. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Sure enough, right at the 5th second, Zachary appeared. Classmate Ethan, please don't be angry. They are all my good friends. They just saw the injuries on my face and were too worried, so they said those things. Please don't mind them. Whatever you have, take it out on me. Don't bully them. Immediately, you shot Mia a look. It seemed to say, see, summoned him out of thin air, didn't I? Seeing that you didn't speak, Zachary continued. Ethan, I'm begging you, please don't be mad. My friends acted unintentionally. Please don't blame them, okay? Hearing this, you let out a breath and spoke with a profound tone. All right, I got it. Take your friends and leave. As soon as this was said, the faces of the people in front of you instantly turned ugly. What's that supposed to mean? The way you say that makes it sound like you're justified in hitting people. Then you shrugged your shoulders and said with complete nonchalance, Are you guys hard of hearing? Wasn't Zachary just begging me to forgive you guys? Hearing this, the guys got a bit angry. Who needs your forgiveness? Who do you think you are? Don't think just because you bully Zachary, you can bully us. We aren't that spineless, getting beaten up and still begging you. Yeah, don't be so full of yourself. Zachary is Zachary. We are us. Dare to touch us and see what happens. Hearing this, you didn't answer. Instead, you smilingly looked at Zachary. You saw his expression getting uglier and uglier. That line, we aren't as spineless as Zachary, was a total emotional critical hit. Seeing your smiling face, Zachary got even more furious. Ethan, don't push things too far. You bully me, I can endure it. But my friends came here for my sake. I forbid you from bullying them. Hearing this, you slowly stepped forward. Your 1.8-meter athletic build made the already frail Zachary look even smaller. Then you slowly raised your hand. Seeing this, Zachary immediately took 2 steps back. Then you snorted with laughter, symbolically adjusting his collar for him. Don't be afraid, I never bully people without reason. Class is about to start, go back. This whole series of actions, while low on physical damage, maxed out the insult level completely. At this moment, Zachary was caught between a rock and a hard place, so he pitifully looked toward Chloe in the distance. Ethan, how about we just let this go? Turning your head, you saw Chloe. Has class monitor Chloe's hearing gone bad too? Didn't I just say it? Class is starting soon, let them go back. Saying that, you pointed at Zachary. They refused to leave, yet you're telling me to let it go. How? Are you gonna make me apologize again? They came from another class just to publicly humiliate me. Everyone heard it, right? In this situation, you still want me to apologize, and then politely invite these people who insulted me to leave? Is that the only way class monitor Chloe will be satisfied? Hearing these words, Chloe stared straight at you, her eyes instantly filling with aggrieved tears. She didn't understand why you were acting like a completely different person, suddenly not yielding to her anymore, and even speaking to her in that tone. Seeing this, you quickly turned to look at Zachary. Zachary, who originally wanted to play the hero saving the beauty, immediately stuttered. What do you want to do? Then you lowered your voice. My dearest little brother, do you need your big brother to apologize to you? Hearing this, Zachary also used a voice only the two of you could hear. Ethan, don't be too arrogant. The humiliation I suffered today, sooner or later, I will make you pay it back double. The one who isn't loved is the real trash. Do you think acting like this will make Chloe look at you more? She won't, let me tell you. Chloe hates people like you the most. Playing hard to get, that's a trick I outgrew ages ago. Play games with me and I'll play you to death eventually. After saying that, Zachary gave you one last glare, turned around and left. Then you looked at Chloe again. I know you guys side with Zachary. I also know no matter what I say, you won't believe me. If you truly mean well for him, then tell him not to provoke me, just like how I've never initiated any trouble with him. After saying that, you went straight back to your seat. Looking at Mia, whose face was full of admiration, you smiled faintly. Did you see that? This is how you tear a green tea to shreds. I saw it. Classmate Ethan, you are really so amazing. They had so many people, but you weren't scared at all. If it were me, I would have been so scared I couldn't even speak. Hearing this wave of rainbow farts, flattery, you waved your hands repeatedly. Small potatoes, not worth mentioning, not worth mentioning. Having lived a whole life and experienced death, in your eyes, all their actions really were just like little kids playing house. Of course, this was also largely due to the fact that in your past life, after having a kidney removed, to improve your body's functional vitality, you had constantly kept up physical training. To put it bluntly, even if a real fight broke out, you weren't afraid. Also returning to her seat, Chloe's expression looked exceptionally gloomy at this moment. She kept subconsciously glancing toward your direction. Seeing you and Mia talking and laughing, it was a stark contrast to how you were at the door just now. To others, you were aggressive and suffocating, but to Mia, your smile was gentle and you seemed especially warm. Only now did she realize, she seemed to truly not understand you at all. And thinking about it carefully, you really had never actively provoked Zachary. Every single time, Zachary was the one who came over. In a moment of distraction, she would immediately hear Zachary's aggrieved voice, and it felt like she had never personally witnessed the entire process with her own eyes. Every time she only saw Zachary's pitiful appearance, so she would subconsciously help Zachary, and then make you apologize. But if you really never bullied Zachary, why did you apologize every time? And why had your attitude changed so completely these past 2 days? Then Chloe sighed. It seemed she really did make a mistake today, actually asking you to apologize to the people who insulted you. This was simply absurd. She really didn't know what she was thinking at the time, subconsciously feeling that Ethan apologizing was just a matter of course. Thinking of this, Chloe shook her head. only feeling her brain was in a mess. On the other side, Zachary and his group also returned to their classroom. One of them asked in a small voice, "Are you okay?" Zachary secretly clenched his fists. He really wanted to furiously cuss them out. With so many people, they were actually completely suppressed by Ethan's solo aura, and it even got him humiliated in the process. That bastard Ethan must be dying of happiness right now, being able to humiliate him like that right in front of Chloe. But to maintain his persona, Zachary still squeezed out a weak, powerless smile. The one who should say sorry is me. If you guys hadn't thought about standing up for me, this wouldn't have happened. How about this? Lunch is on me today. The pleasant day quickly ended. Just as you finished packing your things, you noticed Mia's eyes constantly darting outside. What are you looking at? School's over, let's go home. Hearing your voice, Mia shook her head, not looking at anything. However, right after she said that, a girl with dyed purple hair suddenly appeared at the back door. Why haven't you left yet? Aren't you always charging to the front lines every time school ends? Good lord, you are way too psycho. Just to bully Mia. You investigated me this thoroughly. Who told you I was going to bully Mia? Still trying to argue, huh? I literally saw you trying to shove a cigarette into Mia's mouth with my own eyes. And today in the restroom, if I hadn't been smart, were you planning to lock her in a stall and pour water on her? Hearing this, the girl looked confused. No, is there any possibility that I also want to be friends with Mia? Then you sneered. Be friends? So you force her to smoke? Be friends? So you steal her strawberries? The girl instantly looked helpless. Then she turned slightly to look at Mia behind you. I'm Zoe from class 1. Can I be friends with you? Seeing this, you immediately blocked Mia behind you again. Do you think we're pure and easy to fool? I know exactly what people like you are thinking, using making friends as an excuse to make Mia carry all sorts of stuff for you. Let me tell you, as long as I'm here, don't even think about it. Hearing this, Zoe left, looking both helpless and angry. Then you immediately turned to Mia. See that? You are human and they are human too. If you fight back, they won't dare go too far. Sigh, you're just too easy to bully. Hearing this, Mia blinked and showed a sweet smile. Got it. All right, go home. See you tomorrow. After saying that, you walked toward the bus stop. Watching your back, the corner of Mia's mouth curled into a smile, and she muttered to herself, see you tomorrow. Just as you walked to the station, a black BMW slowly pulled over. Did the driver not come pick you up today? Get in, I'll take you home. Hearing this, you didn't want to engage with her. Sensing your attitude, Chloe was a bit puzzled. What's wrong? Then you scoffed. When has the Zane family's driver ever picked me up? Also, class monitor Chloe seems to have forgotten her own words. How could a guy like me be worthy of sitting in your car? It would dirty your car. Having to change cars would be too much trouble for class monitor Chloe, wouldn't it? Hearing this, Chloe subconsciously turned her head away. Before she could finish, you glanced at the approaching bus. This is a bus lane. Class monitor Chloe, better hurry up and leave. Saying that, you walked toward the bus. And Chloe, looking at your retreating figure, let out a self-deprecating laugh. So he heard it, but I was just talking nonsense. As for changing to a new car, that was because the previous car really did have a minor issue. It turned out that one time it was raining on her way home, Chloe happened to see you seeking shelter from the rain. At that time, you were completely out of place in the bustling city, looking cautious and careful at every turn. Out of consideration for her relationship with the Zane family, or perhaps just feeling pity for you at the time, she gave you a ride. It just so happened that this scene was witnessed by classmates. The next day at school, some close classmates asked about it. At that time, not knowing what mentality drove her, she said she only gave you a ride because a friend asked her to. Otherwise, how could someone like you possibly sit in her car? She even claimed she had mysophobia, fear of dirt germs. Although not explicitly stated, her words inside and out implied that Chloe thought you were dirty. And that very afternoon, the car that came to pick Chloe up changed into a brand new BMW. Miss, should we go? A voice interrupted Chloe's memories. Then she sighed. Let's go, let's head back. On the other side, you returned to the villa. Seeing the living room empty, you hummed a little tune, grabbed some ingredients from the fridge, and headed to the kitchen. In a flash, you whipped up a plate of tomato and egg mixed noodles. Just as you sat down and took a huge bite, the villa door opened. You saw eldest sister Fiona walk in. Since the two of you didn't talk much to begin with, you just glanced at her and continued eating your noodles, minding your own business. Unexpectedly, she also brought a bowl of mixed noodles from the kitchen and suddenly sat down right across from you. She took one bite and nodded repeatedly. Then she looked at you. Can we talk? Hearing this, you raised your hand to interrupt Fiona. Hold on. Then you rapidly devoured the noodles on your plate. Afterward, under Fiona's unbelieving gaze, you pulled the plate in front of her right over to yourself. Sorry, I only made enough for myself. If you eat it, I won't be full. If you're hungry, you can order takeout or cook something yourself. After saying that, you sat back down. Oh right, what were you saying about talking? Talk about what? Seeing this, Fiona let out a cold huff, as if she was angered, slamming her chopsticks onto the dining table. Then she took a deep breath to calm her emotions. Only then did she speak. I heard you hit little Zach. Hearing this, you hummed an in between bites of noodles. Why did you hit him? Didn't he tell you? I want to hear it from you. Then you finished the last bite of noodles and wiped your mouth with a tissue. He said I bullied him. So did you? Do you think I did? So you feel little Zach framed you, and thus decided to just directly hit him. Rather than being falsely accused, you might as well make the accusation of you bullying him a reality, is that it? Hearing this, you chuckled softly. You can think of it that way too. Hearing this, Fiona didn't answer immediately. Instead, she looked at you in silence. She realized you had truly changed. Last time when conflict erupted in the house, you went from being the involved party to taking on a playful spectator, enjoying the drama attitude, making your transformation very obvious. After a long time, Fiona said, "You know, before you came back, this family was very harmonious." Then you nodded. "I can tell, I know what you want to say. At first, when you guys found me, I even felt I was very lucky. At that time, having lost my grandparents, I thought I had no more relatives in this world. But your appearance told me I actually still had a mom, dad, and sisters. And you even said you would properly make up for those lost 15 years. Speaking up to here, you looked seriously at Fiona. You all think I only came back because I was greedy for the Zane family's wealth, right? Hearing this, Fiona didn't answer. Then why did you come looking for me? If you hadn't looked for me, wouldn't you have avoided having this feeling? The next second, Fiona furrowed her brows, opened her mouth, but couldn't say a single word. Then you sneered. See, you can't say it, can you? You were clearly the ones who actively brought me back, yet you think so dirtily of me. I'm afraid no matter how hard I try, I won't be able to change your attitudes, will I? Sometimes I even comforted myself. Maybe it's because I haven't been back long enough. My parents and my two beautiful sisters actually love me. Otherwise, why would they travel thousands of miles to bring me back? It's just that maybe we aren't familiar with each other yet, and everything will get better in the future. However, facts have proven I was somewhat overly naive. After saying that, you stood up and stacked the two plates together. I swear, if I had known back then that my biological parents and blood-related sisters would treat me and suspect me like this, I absolutely would not have come back with you. After saying this, you prepared to take the plates to the kitchen. May I ask if there's anything else you want to talk about? However, at this moment, Fiona didn't answer. She just stood blankly in place, her eyes hollow, not knowing what she was thinking. Then you turned around and left. The corner of your mouth couldn't help but curl into a cold sneer, truly hypocritical and sickening. When Fiona snapped back to reality, the living room was empty, leaving only her. Why? Why did we bring Ethan back? Why bring him back just to be suspicious of him? Why bring him back only to treat him poorly? At this moment, Fiona clenched her fists. Her mind kept replaying that sentence over and over. I swear, if I had known back then that my biological parents and blood-related sisters would treat me like this, I absolutely would not have come back with you. His face clearly carried such a gentle smile. Yet the words he spoke were like an ice blade, stabbing fiercely into her heart. Suddenly, an irrepressible emotion burst forth from her chest. This feeling was incredibly intense, so much so that when she breathed, she could feel a faint stinging pain. How did it come to this? It clearly wasn't like this before. Just then, the sound of laughter and talking came from outside. Ah, it's eldest sister's car! Following the shout of eldest sister, Zachary ran towards Fiona. His face, which was full of smiles a second ago, instantly turned aggrieved. The corners of his eyes immediately filled with tears. At the same time, Zachary deliberately turned his swollen cheek towards Fiona. He pointed the cheek I slapped toward Fiona, his eyes brimming with tears. However, Fiona acted completely out of character. Little Zach, sister is very tired today. Let sister have some quiet time, okay? Sis, why didn't you let us know in advance you were coming back? Hearing this, Mother Zane smiled. It's obviously because she heard little Zach got hit and was too worried, so she rushed back overnight, right? Hearing this, the look of grievance on Zachary's face grew even more intense. I'm sorry, eldest sister. Because of my matters, I made you worry. It's all my fault. It's all because of me, that's why. Speaking up to here, Zachary deliberately paused, yet this invited far more wild imagination than any words could. Then, Fiona glanced at the mark on Zachary's face. Her heart still ached as she rubbed it. Then she looked at Lana beside him. Where did you guys go? Mom and Dad knew little Zach suffered a grievance, so they took me and little Zach out for a stroll, and we had a big feast along the way. Hearing this, Fiona thought of you eating the noodles you cooked yourself all alone in the dining room. Yet the parents and sister who brought you back to this family accompanied another adopted son to eat a big feast. Who actually cared about this biological son? Thinking of this, Fiona gave a self-deprecating laugh. Then she walked toward her own room. I'm tired. I'm gonna rest first. Seeing Fiona return to her room, Zachary frowned slightly. He suddenly had a strange feeling. After everyone returned to their rooms, Zachary knocked on your door. And hearing the continuous knocking, you just rolled your eyes. What a freaking brain-dead moron. Finally, you helplessly opened the door, because if you didn't, Zachary could absolutely knock outside for the entire night. Brother, why did it take you so long to open the door? It's just the two of us here, you don't need to act. Aren't you tired? As soon as this was said, the grievance on Zachary's face vanished instantly. Replacing it was a face full of provocation. Ethan, going hungry tonight felt pretty good, didn't it? Oh right, I forgot to tell you. Today our family went to eat steak, foie gras, and caviar. Speaking of this, he let out a mocking laugh. Sorry, I forgot. You've never eaten any of these high-end things. Looking at his petty little scheme, it wasn't hard to deduce that the nanny's absence was also orchestrated by this idiot. Fortunately, the current you still knew how to make a simple bowl of noodles. Then you patted your stomach. Hungry? Watch and see if I have the energy to beat you up. The moment you raised your hand, Zachary subconsciously took 2 steps back. However, you merely rubbed your chin. Listen up. In this house, you can do whatever you want, but when it comes to me, put away your petty little tricks. I don't have as many wicked thoughts as you do. Speaking up to here, you lowered your body and whispered softly into Zachary's ear. But my fists are big. If you want to taste the feeling of getting beaten again, you can give it a try. Hearing this, Zachary's face stiffened. Then he shoved you away. You're not Ethan. Who exactly are you? Of course I'm Ethan, 100% genuine. No, you're not. Ethan wouldn't act like this. He would only swallow his anger and meekly submit to abuse. Oh my, I suggest you be a good boy. Otherwise, with your frail little body, I might actually feel a bit guilty beating you all the time. Hearing this, Zachary chuckled. Then brother, tell me, if I were to faint right now, what do you think Mom, Dad, and our sisters would think? Would they scold you? Would they punish you? Then you burst out laughing. I think they would, because I would break your legs. Hearing this, Zachary took another 2 steps back. You wouldn't dare! Try it and you'll find out. Right at this moment, Fiona's voice suddenly came. Why aren't you guys asleep yet? The moment he saw eldest sister, Zachary immediately put on a pitiful, wronged appearance. Eldest sister, it was my fault earlier. I made brother angry. Now that you're back, I wanted to apologize to brother. I hope that when you are at home, you could be more at ease and comfortable and not get angry with brother because of my matters. But brother doesn't seem to appreciate it. Speaking up to here, Zachary raised his hand and wiped tears that weren't even there. He sniffled heavily twice. Then he put on a look of being very strong. I know brother definitely hasn't calmed down yet. Otherwise he wouldn't have bullied me. Hearing this, you finally couldn't listen anymore. You just swung a slap right at him. The next second, Zachary's feet left the ground, and then he slammed heavily onto the floor. This skin is seriously thick enough. It made my hand go numb. You hit me. You hit me again. Yeah, I hit you. Did you think I was joking with you? Immediately after, Zachary started wailing loudly. The commotion successfully attracted everyone. Little Zach, what's wrong? Zachary forced a few words out between his loud sobs. Ethan hit me. Ethan bullied me again. Hearing this, Mother Zane directly raised her arm, but it was caught and stopped midair by you. I said it yesterday. That one slap was out of respect for you as my mother. Anything more is going a bit too far. I truly regret giving birth to you. Although your heart had already been broken by her once, hearing it now still caused a tiny bit of pain. Then, Father Zane immediately questioned, what is it for this time? Because Zachary said I bullied him. You bastard! He is your younger brother. We cultivated him for 18 years, not 18 days. Why can't you relate to our feelings even a little bit? Is it really that hard for you two to get along? Apologize to little Zach right now. Hearing this, you didn't explain much. Instead, you looked directly at Zachary. My dear little brother, you will forgive me, won't you? Ethan, you really are an ungrateful backstabber that can't be fed enough. Why can't you be as sensible as little Zach? Besides, he is still your younger brother. What's wrong with yielding to little Zach a little? Just as Mother Zane was about to continue, a voice laced with anger suddenly sounded. Enough! Have you said enough? Have you even asked what actually happened? This sentence caused Mother Zane to freeze for a moment. You also felt a tiny bit of surprise. Why don't you guys look at whose room this is? Little Zach, why aren't you sleeping in the middle of the night and insisting on running to Ethan's room for? I just came to find brother to apologize for yesterday's matters. I hoped brother could consider that eldest sister is so tired and not bully me anymore, to not make eldest sister unhappy. But brother refused and still bullied me. How did he bully you? Just now at the staircase, I didn't see him lay a single finger on you. Hearing this, Zachary suddenly cried even louder. Sis, what are you doing? Look, little Zach is crying even harder now. I'm just stating what I saw, regardless of who is right or wrong. Then you twitched your mouth. Good Lord, I thought she was going to say something earth-shattering. Turns out it's just this, regardless of who is right or wrong. The next second, Mother Zane immediately said, the fact is that Ethan hit my little Zach. His body is already weak. Why do you have to hit little Zach over and over again? Because he said I bullied him. Didn't I just say that? Seeing you so calm, Zachary cried even louder. Instantly, everyone pitied Zachary even more. When you hit him, why didn't you think about the fact that he's your younger brother? How did I give birth to a troublemaker like you? Mom, don't scold brother anymore. It's all my fault. Seeing this situation, Lana's heart was about to break. Stop talking. You're just too kind. That's why you get bullied. Mother Zane also added one last sentence. You better watch yourself. Then she took Zachary and left. In the blink of an eye, aside from Fiona, everyone had left. So you looked at your eldest sister. Do you need anything else? I know you feel uncomfortable inside. Little Zach is just young and spoiled by us, so he did things that caused misunderstandings. You're the older brother. I hope you won't sink to his level. He's trying his best to get along with you now. Could you try to accept him? As an older brother, as long as you yield one step, I believe with little Zach's nature, things like this won't happen again. Do you always think I'm just being unreasonable? Hearing this, Fiona shook her head. I just think you are the older brother. Then you replied with an "oh" and walked outside. Ethan, so what are you thinking? I think you're daydreaming. Want me to yield to him? Endure him? Let him fly up into space in a spiral, all right? For the past 2 years, haven't I been enduring exactly like you said? But tell me, what did I get in the end? It was Zachary becoming even more unbridled and reckless. Then you smiled. You must know something. Otherwise you wouldn't come to me to talk about these things. Hearing your words, Fiona fell silent. So, you clearly knew. Great, just great, absolutely fantastic. After saying that, you left the villa without looking back. Fiona, oh Fiona, turns out you are the most disgusting type of person of them all. Soon you brought 2 breakfasts to school. Seeing you, Mia also pulled out her secretly stashed grapes. Then the 2 of you happily ate breakfast together. It wasn't until right before class started that the Nina who spoke up for Chloe yesterday walked into the classroom, and she was limping. There were several bruises on her face. She looked utterly terrified. Facing the concern of the surrounding classmates, she could only force a smile. Last night on my way home, I accidentally took a fall. Thank you everyone for your concern. I'm fine. Hearing this, you burst out laughing. A fall that bruised up your face like that? It's obvious she got beaten up by someone. Hearing this, Mia also tilted her head and looked at Nina. Maybe it really was a fall. Sometimes when it's dark, some places really are quite dangerous. Then she immediately changed the subject. Too scary. Let's not talk about this anymore. Eat some grapes. Just then, Chloe came looking for you again. What are you guys? What are you doing? Do you need something again? This is the notes I took earlier for you to look at. If there's anything you don't understand, you can come ask me. Seeing this, a hint of a smile instantly appeared on your face. However, just as you reached out your hand to take it, you were tugged from behind. Turning your head, you saw Mia. Then she looked at Chloe. Class monitor Chloe, I will help classmate Ethan. I have absolutely no problem with the entire senior year curriculum. After saying that, she turned her gaze back to you. The moment your eyes met, you pulled back your reaching hand. Thank you, class monitor Chloe, but it seems I've found a better teacher. Hearing this, Mia visibly let out a sigh of relief, while Chloe left a deep fingernail mark on the notebook. Then she turned and left. Subsequently, you looked at Mia again. Teacher Mia, please guide me well from now on. Classmate Ethan, I am very strict, you know. Then the 2 of you burst into laughter again. Eat the grapes, they're so sweet! Quickly the morning passed. After everyone had left the classroom, you slowly got up and prepared to leave. Unexpectedly, right at the door you bumped into Chloe who had left earlier. She then handed the lunchbox in her hand to you. You pointed at yourself. For me? Hearing this, Chloe just nodded. He who is unaccountably solicitous is hiding evil intentions. Tell me, what's the deal? If you don't want to eat it, then don't. Saying that, Chloe was about to pull the lunchbox back. Seeing this, you quickly stopped her. You just said this stuff was for me. Saying that, you started eating right in front of Chloe's face. Seeing this, Chloe sighed. Eat slower. No one is fighting you for it. A few minutes later, you closed the empty lunchbox. If it's about Zachary, you don't need to speak. Hearing this, Chloe didn't say anything. She just silently put the lunchbox away. Then it must be you having a change of heart. Then Chloe took a deep breath. Can't I just simply care as a friend? Hearing this, you felt a bit dazed. You couldn't possibly have fallen for me. Could you? As soon as this was said, Chloe's heart instantly skipped a beat. At the same time, the sound of an object dropping to the floor came from the classroom door. You guys, what are you guys doing? Today Chloe seems to have gone crazy, actually taking the initiative to deliver lunch to a country bumpkin like you. Speak, what's the matter? But if it's about Zachary, you better not say it. Hearing this, Chloe didn't say anything, just silently packing up the lunchbox. It's nothing. Then what are you doing this for? Hesitating for a moment, Chloe whispered. You and Mia are chatting and laughing in the back every day. Can she really help you? Of course, Mia is an excellent teacher. She is working very hard to help me. It's completely different from what you see. Hearing this, Chloe fell silent again. If you need it, I can actually help you too. Chloe, you're being really annoying right now. Didn't you hate me before? Then you smiled. You couldn't possibly have fallen for me, could you? Before Chloe could answer, something suddenly dropped to the floor at the classroom door. You both looked up and found Zachary standing there, eyes red and at a loss for what to do. He didn't say a word. First, he looked at Chloe. Then he looked at you. Seeing this, you smugly drew his gaze to the lunchbox in Chloe's hands. Then, under Zachary's shocked gaze, you grinned widely. Zachary took 2 steps back, bumping into the blackboard, looking like he couldn't believe it. You guys! Before he could finish, tears started streaming down like a waterfall. Chloe, brother, you guys! As he spoke, he lowered his head. He quickly raised his head again, wearing a forced smile on his face. Congratulations! With that, he was about to run outside. But the moment he turned around, his body stumbled and he fell to the floor. Seeing this, Chloe quickly ran over. Are you okay? Looking at Chloe, the corner of Zachary's mouth hooked into a smile. Then he shook his head. This scene looked exactly like a TV drama where the female lead gets hurt and falls into the male lead's arms, but forces a smile to tell the male lead not to worry. Only in the scene in front of you, the male and female leads swapped positions. Chloe, I'm fine. You should let go. Don't let brother misunderstand again. I'm really fine. Even though he said that Zachary's hands showed absolutely zero intention of letting go. You misunderstood. Ethan and I are just friends. Hearing this, a gleam of light instantly shot out from Zachary's eyes. Really? I knew it! Then he smilingly climbed up from the floor. He then walked toward you with a triumphant look. Hear that, Ethan? Chloe said, you're just friends. Stop your wishful thinking. Hearing his words made you feel annoyed. You were too lazy to tangle with him. All right, hurry up and leave. Then you looked at Chloe. Hurry up and take this whoever away. Don't delay my afternoon nap here. As soon as this was said, the veins on Zachary's forehead bulged. What did you say? Weren't you here looking for Chloe? Now you guys can leave. Hearing this, Chloe turned around and left the classroom immediately. Seeing this, Zachary glared at you venomously. Chloe will only marry me. Put away your petty thoughts. Otherwise I'll make you reger. Before he could finish, a slap echoed throughout the entire classroom. Do you seriously not know how bad your breath stinks? Insisting on getting so close to me. Grossed me the F out. Zachary sat on the floor holding his face, looking up in disbelief. You hit me again, so what if I hit you? Didn't I tell you not to act like a bitch in front of me? You're fine, yet you insist on leaning in. Spoiled you rotten. Look at your disgusting appearance. Besides crying, besides lying and snitching, what else can you do? Hurry up and get lost. Don't force me to slap you again. The next second, Zachary stood up holding his face. Fine, Ethan. You remember this. All the harm you've brought me, I will make you pay it back 100-fold. Just wait till we get home. You'll get what's coming to you. Oh my, I'm so scared. Saying that, you made a fake lunging motion, scaring Zachary into immediately running outside. On the other side, on the school rooftop, a girl was sitting on the edge of the rooftop. At this time, Zoe cautiously walked up to the girl and handed over the cigarettes she had just bought. Mia took the cigarette but didn't light it. Is she gone? Hearing this, Zoe nodded. Gone, I'll light it for you. No need, I want to quit smoking. By the way, are there any good location houses in Sea City? Is the place you're living in now uncomfortable for you? Then I will immediately send someone to look for one. I will definitely find one that satisfies you. Zoe, why are you so nervous? Relax a bit. You acting like this makes me too embarrassed to talk to you. Then Mia took out a candy. Here, have one. It's very sweet. Eating it will make your mood better. Zoe quickly took the candy. Given by that big guy, right? Then she hesitated for a moment. Do you need me to go teach Zachary a lesson? Hearing this, Mia shook her head. Forget it. He wants to walk out of there on his own. I believe he can definitely handle it. Besides, don't you think this is very interesting? Then what kind of house are we looking for? Keep it simple, a bit quiet, convenient for traveling and shopping. Then will you move in tonight? Or, I'll move in tonight. At least I should familiarize myself with it in advance, shouldn't I? Saying that, Mia stood up and stood right on the edge of the rooftop, closing her eyes, opening her arms, a comfortable smile hooking the corner of her mouth. After returning to the classroom, seeing that you were still sleeping, Mia also lay down on the desk. Then she turned her head to look at you. She even extended a finger, gently tracing your eyebrows, eyes, and the bridge of your nose. However, hearing the voices of classmates outside, she quickly pulled her hand back. Not long after, you also groggily opened your eyes. Looking at the Mia in front of you with her eyes closed, you subconsciously reached out and poked her cheek. So soft, so tender and bouncy. The next second, Mia's face immediately flushed red. Why do you like touching my face so much? Hearing this, even with a 30-something-year-old soul, you felt embarrassed. You're quite pretty. Is my face very soft? It is indeed very soft. After saying this, your entire face and ears turned bright red. Seeing this, Mia just smiled. Although she really loved seeing you act shy in her heart, she kept telling herself she had to control it. Otherwise the consequences would be unimaginable. So Mia quickly changed the topic. Today is Friday. Do you need me to help you with tutoring? Hearing this, you nodded. Sure. Will it be too much trouble for you? No. Anyway, I have nothing to do when I go home. Won't your parents say anything if you go back late? No. Because most of the time on Fridays I stay at school to study, so my parents are already used to it. Just then, a familiar figure suddenly ran into the classroom. Ethan, are you satisfied now? Ruining my reputation, what good does it do for you? Hearing this, you looked at him like you were watching a monkey. What are you talking about? Can you please speak some human language that normal people can understand? Then Zachary first let out a cold sneer and then burst into loud crying. Why? Why won't you just let me off? Why do you always do this? What exactly do I have to do for you to let me go? If you came here just to say this, then I heard it. Now I still need to study. Saying that, you looked at the exercises on the scratch paper. However, Zachary didn't stop. Even if I suffer physical torment, my spirit will never surrender. All right, I get it. Won't surrender, got it. Seeing your nonchalant attitude, Zachary actually snatched the scratch paper right out of your hand, crumpled it into a ball, and threw it aside. I'm talking to you, why are you disrespecting me so much? After saying that, he puffed up his chest, looking at everyone in the classroom, Is it just because my body is weak that I deserve to be bullied? I want to tell you all, I am me. I'm a different kind of firework. Seeing the exercise paper Mia meticulously wrote out for you thrown on the floor, you were instantly enraged. You're just begging for a slap, aren't you? However, Zachary still stood tall. Even if I suffer physical, before he could finish, you went straight up and gave him a slap. Zachary had a look of disbelief on his face again. You hit me again. What right do you have to hit me? Just because I look easy to bully? Ethan, I'm telling you, even if you harm my physical bodies, my spirit and will won't be ground away by you. Then you grabbed him by the collar. You always keep "don't bully me" on your lips. And tell everyone I, Ethan, bully you. Then explain to everyone right now in front of all these people, why do you always come up to my face begging for it? Since I've supposedly been bullying you the whole time, shouldn't you stay far, far away from me? Why do you always like leaning into my face and you still say you aren't acting like a bitch? Seeing your intense aura, Zachary's face instantly turned pale. His lips trembled slightly. I didn't. Then you threw him onto the floor, pointing at the scratch paper nearby. Pick it up for me. Why? On what grounds are you making me pick it up? It's clearly all your fault. Why are you blaming me? If you had respected me from the beginning, it wouldn't be like this. It's clearly you who's bullying me, constantly bullying me. Zachary held his face, glaring at you indignantly, his voice sharp and mean. It was like the sound of scraping metal, making people inexplicably annoyed. Then he looked to the other side. Chloe, did you see that? This is how he bullies me. However, Chloe frowned. Zachary, can you please stop making a scene? Chloe, what are you saying? Ethan ruined my reputation. I just came to tell him, no matter what methods he uses, he can't crush my spiritual will. Shouldn't you support me and understand me? And he even slapped me. How can you say I'm making a scene here? Hearing these words, Chloe felt a wave of annoyance in her heart. She only felt that Zachary's crying and whining looked very unpleasant. You barged into our class, yelling and screaming, saying things that none of us can even understand. How do you expect me to understand you? Ethan has been in the classroom the whole time today. He hasn't gone out at all. How did he ruin your reputation? And then you threw someone's exercise paper, and still blamed Ethan for disrespecting you. But have you ever thought about it? Barging in and confronting someone like this. Did you respect the students in this class? Did you respect the person you were confronting? Hearing these words, Zachary's lips moved, but he didn't make a sound. He just looked at Chloe with red-rimmed eyes. The grievance, pitifulness, helplessness, and humility in his eyes were performed by him to perfection. Even classmates who originally had opinions against him found it hard to say anything more at this moment. Seeing this, Chloe patiently said, "All right, stop feeling so wronged. Don't be so impulsive next time. If you have an issue, you can tell me first. I will help you. Understood?" Hearing this, Zachary aggrievedly wiped away his tears. Then he forced a smiling face. "I understand. I thought you didn't want to care about me anymore, so I was very sad. I know my body is weak, and I'll bring you a lot of inconvenience, but I really still want to be your friend." Hearing this, Chloe shook her head. "I never thought you were a burden. We are friends, of course. So next time, no matter what happens, tell me first. I will help mediate, okay?" Hearing this, in a place where everyone couldn't see, Zachary flashed a provoked, smug smile at you. However, from the corner of his eye, he suddenly caught sight of the beautiful, cute new student next to you. At this moment, she was staring straight at him. Zachary suddenly felt this girl's smile was so terrifying. It was as if behind this smile hid a complete psycho. Instantly, he was so scared he shivered. The next second, a figure blocked in front of the girl. That cold, sinister feeling like being targeted by a venomous snake slowly disappeared. Then the blocked Mia poked her head out again. She looked at you, then looked at Zachary. Seeing this, you twitched your mouth. What's there to look at with this sick weakling? Saying that, you physically pushed Mia's head back behind you. At this moment, Zachary just felt that what happened earlier was an illusion. So he continued to speak pitifully. "I will listen to Chloe from now on, and not be this impulsive anymore. But classmate Ethan, please don't bully me anymore in the future. My face has been swollen for days, it really hurts." After saying that sentence, the tears fell accordingly. But even so, Zachary still put on an "I am very strong" look. It was as if you were the evil mafia in front of him, and he was the unyielding youth fearless of the evil power. Seeing this, you pointed at the scratch paper on the floor again. "I'll say it one last time, pick it up for me." In this instant, Zachary was like a startled rabbit, backing up repeatedly. Who knows if he genuinely didn't see it? One of his feet stepped right onto the scratch paper. "You really are a glutton for punishment, insisting on provoking me, aren't you?" Saying that, you walked forward. Perhaps he was truly scared of being beaten by you. This time, Zachary's terror didn't look faked. Just then, Chloe stepped in front of him. "Ethan, calm down a bit. It's just a piece of scratch paper." Zachary, standing behind Chloe, gently tugged her clothes. "It's my fault. It's my fault for accidentally stepping on the scratch paper. It's all my fault. If classmate Ethan wants to hit me, I have nothing to say. Just don't drag you into it." Saying that, he stepped out. He even used his hand to cover the half of his face that was hit earlier. "Could you just not hit this side of my face? Let's switch to the other side." After saying that, he closed his eyes, looking like a hero facing death with equanimity. Some people around also frowned at these words. It's just a piece of scratch paper, no need to hit someone over it, right? Yeah, it's just a piece of scratch paper, really unnecessary. Hearing the whispering around, the corner of Zachary's mouth slightly curled into an imperceptible arc. Ethan, could you please not be so violent? Zachary is at fault, sure, but I've already talked to him. He also knows he was wrong. It shouldn't have to escalate to this point over just a piece of paper, right? Seeing this, Zachary opened his eyes, looking at you with a mocking and cynical gaze. Yet he still spoke pitiful words. This is all my fault. If I hadn't suddenly barged in, things wouldn't have turned out like this. I just wanted to tell classmate Ethan, no matter how he treats me, how he bullies me, my spirit will not be worn down by him. I also didn't expect things to turn out like this. If classmate Ethan has to hit me to calm down, then I am willing, because even if my physical body is harmed, my spirit will only grow stronger. Zachary was certain you wouldn't make a move in this situation, so he spoke even more provocatively. Hit me. I just hope you won't blame me for this anymore, and don't drag Chloe into this either. If you hit me. Before he could continue, you simply bypassed Chloe. Then, a heavy punch landed squarely on Zachary's face. The next second, Zachary's whole body went flying through the air. Saliva mixed with blood and teeth drew a beautiful arc in the air, before he landed heavily on the floor. Then you revealed a rebellious, rogue-like smile. I have never heard such a bitch-ass request in my entire life. After saying that, you even looked back at the crowd. You all heard it, right? He acted like a bitch and told me to hit him. The next second, Zachary, lying on the floor, looked at his fallen teeth and directly fainted. Amidst a chorus of gasps, Zachary was sent to the infirmary. Then you turned around and looked at Mia. How was that? Is your big brother handsome or what? Hearing this, Mia showed a sweet smile. Then you burst out laughing and quickly said, hurry up and write a few more questions for me. I figure I'll be called away soon. It'll be a good way to kill some time. Hearing this, Mia lifted a smiling face. Then she thought seriously for a moment. A while later, as if she figured something out, okay, I'm going to the restroom first. After Mia left, you propped your head up with one hand, bored to death, waiting for the homeroom teacher to call you to the office. Not long after, Mia came back and started assigning practice questions for you. However, as time passed, the homeroom teacher didn't call you. To be precise, it seemed like Evriana didn't even know a fight had happened. If this was in the past, putting a classmate in the infirmary, you would have been dragged into the office for a lecture and forced to write an apology letter ages ago. Right at this moment, Mia suddenly spoke up. Classmate Ethan, what are you thinking about? Hearing this, you rubbed your chin. Something's not right. Did you notice? The teachers actually didn't criticize me. Our homeroom teacher is the strictest in the whole school. How come there's not a single peep this time? Well, maybe it's because the teachers also know that Zachary practically begged you to hit him. Hearing this, you looked at Mia in surprise. I didn't even notice. You're actually this humorous. Then Mia shrugged slightly. There are plenty of things classmate Ethan doesn't know about. Soon, school ended. Returning home, you thought there'd be a storm of blood and rain. Unexpectedly, you couldn't even get through the front door. Looking at the tightly sealed villa, you sighed helplessly. You backhandedly dialed 911 police. Yeah, normally there's always someone home, but today not only is no one here, I can't even get through to their phones. I'm really scared. Did something happen to them? Uncle Police, can you help me? Not long after, Fiona and the others drove back. As soon as she got out of the car, Lana marched angrily toward you. Flashback to after school. That day after school, you and Mia went shopping. Here for you. I see a lot of girls like drinking this. I don't know if you like it or not. Mia looked at the milk tea in her hand and nodded heavily. She took a serious sip. So sweet and fragrant. Then you also smiled and took a sip. In the past, you often saw Zachary buying it, but you had never drunk it yourself. After all, you were missing a kidney in your past life. At the same time, Mia seemed to really enjoy it. It's very good, thank you. Classmate Ethan. From now on, I'll treat you to a cup every week. Then, the two of you stopped talking, just happily walking down the street. However, right at this moment, an annoying figure appeared. What a coincidence, classmate Mia. Zachary was sitting in a Ferrari, poking his head out. I came out to buy some things. Are you guys done tutoring? Do you need me to give you a ride home? Seeing this, your face darkened. You placed the milk tea from your hand into Mia's hand. Then you walked toward Zachary. You grabbed him by the collar and dragged him right out of the car. You stay the F away from my desk, mate, you hear me? Ethan, are you freaking crazy? What right do you have to warn me? I just want to give a classmate a ride. Is that any of your business? Then he struggled a few times, realizing he couldn't break free from your grip at all. Then, as if remembering something, he suddenly smiled. This time I didn't frame you. Why are you so agitated? Could it be you're scared that your cute deskmate will be snatched away by me? Hearing this, you lifted him even higher. You better stay far away from her. Otherwise I'll… Before you could finish, you suddenly felt a tug on your clothes. Turning around, you saw Mia carefully tugging on your shirt. Then you released Zachary. Seeing Mia approach, Zachary immediately adjusted his clothes, revealing a confident and handsome smile. Classmate Mia, last time a misunderstanding caused you to be frightened. This is my newly bought car. To show my apology, can I take you home? At this moment, in Zachary's eyes, he must look incredibly cool and handsome. However, Mia just hid behind you. Your mouth stinks so much. You seriously need to brush your teeth. And what's that smell inside your car? It's just as stinky as your mouth. So gross. Also, I know you secretly ate Ethan's vomit last time. You are a total creep. Saying this, Mia even put on a terrified and fearful expression. This supreme level of green tea acting, even 10 Zacharys combined, couldn't match her as a worthy opponent. Hearing these words, the confident smile on Zachary's face instantly stiffened. Immediately after, he actually managed to squeeze out some tears. It's not like that. No, you misunderstood me. It was clearly Ethan who, speaking up to this point, he suddenly closed his eyes. No matter how you looked at it, it gave off the vibe that he was being threatened. Afterward, he scurried away with his tail tucked between his legs. Seeing this, you directly gave Mia a big thumbs up. Heh, am I amazing or what? Hearing this, you immediately reached out and patted her little head. Being patted on the head, a strange feeling suddenly surged into Mia's heart. It felt as if her soul was being drawn out. This was a feeling she had never experienced before. She immediately closed her eyes, allowing you to continue stroking her hair. At the same time, you were also thoroughly enjoying this feeling. Looking at Mia with her eyes closed, the more you looked, the more mesmerized you became. When she opened her eyes again, your eyes met. Suddenly, a wave of awkwardness and shyness washed over both of you. You quickly adjusted your clothes. Oh crap, is this the feeling of a heartbeat skipping? Let's go for a walk. After another bout of chatting and laughing, Maya suddenly looked at you. Classmate Ethan, if one day you find out that I am not the kind of person you imagine me to be, will you still protect me? I will, as long as you need me. I will definitely protect you. Hearing your firm answer, the corner of Mia's mouth hooked into a smile. And this smile was no longer that sweet, soft kind, but rather carried an indescribable elegance and a hint of enchanting allure. Then let's pinky promise, cross my heart, no changing for 100 years. Looking at her crescent moon-shaped smiling eyes, you asked softly, can I pat your head again? Hearing this, Mia instantly blushed. Then she didn't say anything, but just obediently leaned her head closer to you. Following your gentle movements, Mia, looking naturally adorable, closed her eyes in pure enjoyment. In a voice so quiet that no one else could hear, she whispered, I'll only let you pat it. After parting ways with Mia, you happily walked home. Unexpectedly, the gates of the villa were tightly locked. It seemed this was a new trick played by that fake brother of yours. After thinking for a moment, you immediately came up with a countermeasure. You took out your phone. Hello, 911? Yeah, normally there's always someone home. But today not only is no one here, I can't even get through to their phones. I'm really scared they might have met with some accident. I'm just a high school student. This is my first time encountering something like this. Officer, can you help me? After hanging up the phone, you stretched your back. You didn't have to wait long before Fiona and the others drove back. Ethan, you actually called the police? Hearing this, you frowned slightly. What kind of attitude is that? I was clearly very worried about you guys. Do you think we need you to worry about us? Then you waved your hand dismissively. All right, enough talking. Hurry up and open the door. Not opening it. We don't have the keys. Seeing this, you glanced at Zachary, and then burst out laughing. Then let's just wait it out together. Let's see how much longer your dear little brother can hold his bladder. Ethan, you are so disgusting. We are going out to stay at a hotel. Figure out your own way inside. Sure, then I'll just ask the police officers for help. I wonder if they'll still be willing to help after I call them twice for this. Saying that, you dialed the number again. Unexpectedly, Lana rushed up and smacked the phone right out of your hand. The moment it hit the ground, the screen shattered into pieces. Seeing this, a trace of guilt actually flashed across Lana's face. Who told you to call the police? Who told you not to hold it properly? Hearing this, you laughed loudly. It's fine, I'll just change to another one. Don't take it to heart. While speaking, you walked towards Fiona's car. Then you reached inside and took out a brand new, unopened Fruit brand smartphone. Seeing you holding it, Lana immediately got upset. That was bought for Zachary. However, you just kept nodding while tearing open the packaging. I know, but I figure my little brother wouldn't be this petty. Right, my dear little brother? After saying that, you looked at Zachary with a beaming smile. After all, you saw it yourself. Your big brother's phone is indeed broken. Otherwise, how about this? You can give your old, used phone to your big brother to use. To maintain his painstakingly crafted persona, even though Zachary was trembling with anger, he still forced out a smile. Of course not. Since brother's phone is broken, it's only right that you use it. After all, we are brothers, right? Hearing this, you laughed loudly. I knew my little brother was the most sensible one. Then you turned to Lana. Hurry up and open the door. If my sensible little brother gets too tired standing here, my heart will ache. While talking, you had already inserted the SIM card. A new phone really runs much smoother. Ha ha ha, right, my dear little brother? Seeing this, Zachary nodded helplessly. Entering the villa, you went straight into the kitchen. Not long after, you walked out holding a bowl of tomato fried noodles. Noticing that the three people in the living room were all staring at you, the corner of your mouth slightly curled up. You guys couldn't possibly have not eaten yet, right? This is where you sisters are wrong. You can skip a meal, But how can you let your little brother go hungry? Saying that, you continued to eat the noodles in big bites. If this keeps up in the future, he won't even have the stamina to perform in bed. Hearing this, Zachary aggrievedly got red rims around his eyes and immediately ran upstairs with a long face. Lana was so angry she stomped her feet. This exact issue was what their whole family had always been worried about, fearing that Zachary's weak body would make him powerless and incapable of that in the future. Now being explicitly pointed out by you, the damage to Zachary's ego was absolutely astronomical. Returning to your bedroom, you and Mia agreed to go house hunting tomorrow. Just as you were about to pick out a casual outfit, a knock suddenly came at the door. After opening it, you saw Zachary take a step back. With a totally bitchy smile on his face, he said, "Ethan, you like Mia, don't you?" Hearing this, you leaned against the doorframe with a look of complete indifference. "Keep going." Seeing your expression, Zachary laughed loudly. "Stop acting, I know you too well, Ethan. The more you act like this, the more it proves you care about her." The next second, he suddenly changed his tone. "Say, if I steal her away, will brother be heartbroken?" Hearing this, you shrugged your shoulders. "What, planning to give up on chasing Chloe? Chase her? Why wouldn't I? The marriage alliance between the Zane family and the Lawson family is set in stone. It's a fact no one can change. As long as you leave, Chloe is mine. By then, with the backing of both the Lawson and Zane families, I can live a life of luxury and romance for the rest of my days." Looking at the confident look on his face, you burst into loud laughter. "You really haven't embarrassed yourself enough, have you? With a body like yours, can you even get it up in bed?" Hearing this, Zachary's face instantly turned pitch black. "Ethan, don't bother yelling, it's useless. You being impotent is a straight-up fact. Fine, just you wait. I will make Mia mine. Don't go crying when that happens. Don't forget, I am the publicly recognized young master of the Zane family, just based on this status alone. Do you think Mia won't be tempted?" Speaking up to this point, he seemed to have regained his confidence again. "Ethan, what's the use of knowing how to fight? Out in the real world, it's all about status and power." Hearing this, you looked at Zachary. "What's the use of knowing how to fight? Let me tell you, at the very least, it can make a certain dog stop barking." After saying that, you slapped him twice, right across the face. Unexpectedly, Zachary didn't even scream and just straight up fainted. Then you kicked him to the side and closed the door. Early the next morning, you put on your new clothes and prepared to head out. Looking at Zachary still lying on the floor, you slapped his face twice more. Then Zachary woke up looking completely bewildered. You hit me!" Seeing this, you added another slap for good measure. "Good boy, don't block the way, hurry up and move aside." After saying that, you turned around and left the villa. After all, you had an appointment with Mia to go house hunting today. Couldn't be late. Watching you retreating back, Zachary held his face. The burning pain finally woke him up from his daze, and his wailing and crying echoed endlessly. Very quickly, Fiona and Lana rushed to his side. "Little Zach, what's wrong?" "Ethan, he hit me. I just went to him wanting to apologize for yesterday's matters. And as a result, he hit me. I clearly just wanted to repair the relationship between us. I don't know what on earth I did wrong for him to just hit me directly. Sisters, am I just naturally unlikable? Why does brother dislike me so much? I really don't know what to do anymore. Why is it so hard just to make peace with brother? I might as well just die." Looking at Zachary crying like a fountain, both sisters felt their hearts ache terribly. "This time I must seek justice for Zachary." On the other side, you arrived at a breakfast shop. Not long after, Mia arrived carrying a thermos lunchbox. Opening it, it was actually seafood porridge. Moreover, she had spent the entire morning making it herself, under the guidance of 6 top-tier, 5-star chefs. Seeing you take a bite, Mia's face was full of anticipation. "Is it good, classmate Ethan?" After it entered your mouth, you gave a thumbs up. "Very fresh and very tasty. Did you make this yourself?" Hearing this, Mia nodded heavily. Then she tilted her little nose up, putting on an adorable, hurry up and praise me look. Against her cute acting, you seemed to have absolutely zero resistance, so you couldn't help but pat her head. The next second, Sia closed her eyes, enjoying the friction of your palm. Afterward, the two of you started looking for an apartment. After looking at several old, shabby, and small apartments, Mia finally couldn't help but ask, "Classmate Ethan, why don't you go ask around inside a residential complex?" Hearing this, you scratched your head. "It's cheap here. Only $300 a month. Is classmate Ethan very short on money?" "Actually, not really. It's just that I want to save up, so that when I get into college, I can buy my own house. By then, I'll have a home of my own." Although you said these words with a smile, Mia heard a trace of inexplicable sadness in them. Then she swiped on her phone a few times. A few seconds later, Mia's phone rang. "Really? That's wonderful!" After hanging up the phone, Mia looked at you excitedly. "Yesterday I helped you keep an eye out for rental info. Someone just contacted me. Do you want to go take a look?" Seeing her excited look, of course you wouldn't refuse. "Sure, where is it? Let's go check it out. It's in Jinwoo community." Hearing this, you froze for a moment. That was the residential complex with the highest housing prices in Sea City. But since you had already agreed, you could only bite the bullet and go. Soon, you took the elevator to the 22nd floor. A middle-aged man was standing at the door of room 2201. Mia, is this the classmate you mentioned who wants to rent a house? Hearing this, Mia nodded seriously, while you looked confused. You know him? This is Uncle Arthur, little brother. Please come inside. Take a look at the house first. After buying this house, it's barely been lived in. I really don't feel entirely at ease handing it over to just anyone, but since you are Mia's classmate, I naturally trust you. This girl Mia has never cared this much about a person before. After looking around, you really liked it. Not only was the furniture new, even the renovations were all brand new. Then you asked softly, the rent here must be very expensive, right? Not expensive at all, Uncle Arthur said on the phone. He actually just wants to find someone to clean and take care of the house. This way, he even saves a sum on cleaning fees. Right at this moment, Uncle Arthur had already taken out the contract. Classmate Ethan, take a look at this contract. If there are any issues, we can negotiate right now. Then you flip the contract to the last page. When you saw the monthly rent was only $300, you momentarily doubted if you had missed a zero. $300? Is there a problem? Didn't Mia tell you? We are preparing to go abroad, and won't be back for a very long time. This house naturally needs someone to clean it. Renting it to you, firstly, is because you are Mia's friend. Secondly, you are a student, so I can rest assured. Mia also chimed in from the side. Exactly, classmate Ethan. The house will just be sitting empty anyway. By renting it to you, Uncle Arthur even saves on cleaning fees. Seeing you still hesitating, Uncle Arthur continued to ask, Classmate Ethan, do you have any other concerns? No, the house is great. I just feel a bit pleasantly surprised. Ha ha ha, life, right? It's full of surprises everywhere. Happy cooperating. Looking at his extended hand, you also smiled and shook it. After seeing Uncle Arthur off, you still found it unbelievable. Did I just pick up a massive bargain? Yes, you did. Uncle Arthur is a very nice person, is that so? No matter how nice a person is, they wouldn't just charge $300 for rent, right? Hearing this, Mia lowered her head. I'm sorry, I just wanted to help you. Could you please not be mad at me? Why would I be mad at you? If it weren't for you knowing him, he probably wouldn't care about saving a cleaning fee. And how could I possibly live in such a comfortable house? By the way, what is your relationship with Uncle Arthur? I feel like he really trusts you. Then Mia pointed at room 2202 directly opposite. Uncle Arthur is my neighbor. He knows my parents too. Then you looked at the door opposite. You live in 2202? Otherwise, how would I know Uncle Arthur? So from now on, we are neighbors. That's right. Hello, neighbor classmate. Do you want to come visit my house? Would that be appropriate? Wouldn't it be too sudden? Should I prepare some gifts before going to see your uncle and aunt? Classmate Ethan, your smile is so big the wrinkles on your face are showing. Are you that happy to see my parents? But you're probably going to be disappointed. My mom and dad are both doing business abroad and rarely come back to the country. This time, Uncle Arthur is also going to participate in my mom and dad's business, which is why he did me this favor. So that's how it is. Then how should I thank you? Why don't we go buy some groceries, and I'll cook for you? You know how to cook too? Of course, let's go. Not long after, the two of you returned to the apartment building carrying a bunch of loot. The elevator doors were just about to close when a hand suddenly reached in. People nowadays really have zero manners. Didn't you see the elevator almost crushed my hand just now? Hearing this, you frowned slightly. What do you mean by that? The man gave you a side eye, blocked the elevator door and yelled outside. Wife, I'm holding the elevator for you. No need to rush. I'll wait for you here. After saying that, he lit a cigarette like no one else was around. Smelling the smoke, Mia immediately coughed lightly a few times. Seeing this, you looked at the man. You guys take another elevator. We're going up. My wife will be here any second. And I already said I'm holding the elevator. You guys just wait a bit longer. Could you please stop smoking? The elevator space is very small and it's choking. Hearing this, the man not only didn't care, but replied righteously. This is a public area, let alone smoking. Even if I was drinking piss, no one could control me. Got it, little girl? After saying that, he even looked Mia up and down. Little girl, how old are you this year? Seeing this, Mia didn't dare look at the man and softly hid behind you. Then you revealed a wicked smile. You let Mia go press the button for another elevator. The next second, the man sneered. Now isn't that better? If you don't want to wait, you can just take another elevator, right? We're all civilized people here. Saying that, he even whistled at Mia. Seeing this, you stood right in front of the man. What are you looking at me for? What's wrong with me whistling? Hearing this, you also started laughing along with the man. The next second, you raised your leg and kicked the man right into the elevator. He lost his footing and crashed inside. Just as he was about to curse out loud, he was met with 2 solid slaps to the face. Finally, after adding 2 more kicks, you quickly ran into the other elevator. Seeing this, the man started cursing from behind. Brat, you just wait! Don't let me find out where you live! At this moment, the man was still thinking about how to get revenge. Little did he know this series of actions would bring a sudden disaster upon himself. You used your body to shield Mia. At the moment the elevator doors closed, Mia tilted her head. Did I do something wrong again? Why would you say that? In this world, there will always be a type of person, regardless of whether they are rich or poor, who take pleasure in bullying others. We didn't do anything wrong. Those who clearly do wrong but lack self-awareness. Those are the truly despicable ones. You gently rubbed Mia's long hair. You didn't do anything wrong. Mia's fair, tender little hand gently grabbed your fingers. Just now, did you hit him because of me? I promised I would protect you. Mia softly mumbled a thank you by your ear. Meanwhile, the man returned home, cursing and swearing. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. The knocking was extremely violent. This made the man, who was already full of rage, even angrier. As soon as he opened the door, the anger on his face was instantly extinguished. The leading man in a black suit kicked Steve to the ground with one foot. Looking at this imposing lineup, where did the man still have his previous arrogance? I don't know how I offended you, gentlemen. The leading man in black waved his hand with a look of amusement. The people behind him quickly smashed the apartment to pieces. The terrified man shook his head repeatedly and apologized. He truly couldn't recall when he had provoked them. The doorbell rang. The man felt as if he had grasped a life-saving straw. At the moment the man in black opened the door, the voice that was desperately screaming for help instantly got stuck in his throat. Seeing the young girl, the man froze in place. If they didn't share the exact same face, he couldn't imagine connecting the adorable girl, who only dared to hide behind the teenager in the elevator earlier, with the person standing before him now. Miss. The men in black respectfully addressed her. The man was stunned for a second, but quickly reacted. I am sorry. Today was my fault. I apologize to you. Mia extended a fair, tender finger and pressed it against her red lips. Shh, let's begin. The next second, the sound of a high heel stepping heavily and crushing down on his hand echoed. The intense pain made the man let out a heart-wrenching scream. Mia smiled faintly, revealing a long-lost sense of dark thrill. The doorbell rang. You got up and opened the door. Greeting your eyes was Mia holding a fruit platter. I cut a fruit platter, sweet and sour. It's very delicious. Are you getting used to being here? It's pretty good. Everything is fully equipped. Very convenient, thanks to you. Mia glanced at your room. The soothing aroma beads she gave you were placed right on the bedside table. Looking at that jar of beads, the corner of her mouth slightly curled up. But she quickly calmed down. Classmate Ethan, it's getting late. I'll go back first. See you tomorrow. Early the next morning. You stretched lazily. This sleep was incredibly comfortable. You went to the bathroom to wash your face. While wiping with the towel, you looked at your Adam's apple through the mirror and noticed a tiny red mark. You didn't pay it much mind. The doorbell rang. You saw Mia with fluffy hair, also looking like she had just woken up. Suddenly, you recalled that blurry dream from last night. Good morning! Hearing your voice, Mia revealed a brilliant smile. Good morning! I made seafood porridge. Let's eat together. Sure. What is classmate Ethan planning to do today? I need to go back for a bit. See you at school. Mia was like an innocent girl who couldn't hide any secrets. Perhaps she had already regarded you as her reliance. Don't worry. With me around, no one will be able to bully you in the future. Only by eating full can we fight against that green tea guy. Although I don't know what exactly happened between you guys. I believe in classmate Ethan. Looking at Mia, you laughed out loud. It's been 2 years. And abruptly, not a single person could see through it. That grandson, Zachary, is doing it on purpose. After saying that, you stood by the floor-to-ceiling window, then you pushed your bike into the elevator. See you at school. Returning to the Zane family, just as you entered, you heard Zachary's whining voice. Today is our last half-day off. Let's go shopping. It's the crucial sprint phase of senior year right now. It's better to tighten up a bit. Lana, watching this scene from the side, smiled like a proud auntie. Yes, if there's anything you don't understand, you can also ask Chloe more often. Looking at Zachary and Chloe studying together, Lalana felt genuinely happy from the bottom of her heart. Second sister, what are you saying? In my heart, you will always be my good second sister. Seeing them looking so harmonious, you couldn't help but applaud them. It seems I came back at a bad time. Hearing the sound, everyone turned around. Zachary's fists involuntarily clenched tightly. Lana looked even more displeased. You hit Zachary and stayed out all night. You really think you've grown wings, haven't you? Seeing you, Chloe merely asked softly. Where did you go? We are reviewing knowledge. Do you want to join? I can teach you. Wouldn't that be disturbing you guys too much? It's fine. We can start learning from the absolute basics. Suddenly, Zachary started coughing violently, giving off the illusion that he was about to suffocate. Beside him, Lana hurriedly patted Zachary's back. Second sister, I'm fine. Since brother is already back, let's not blame him anymore. Saying that, he coughed violently again. Bringing this matter up instantly ignited Lana's fury. Are you satisfied now? Chloe looked confused. Sister Lana, what happened? Chloe, you don't know. The night before yesterday, Ethan smeared Zachary's name right in front of a female classmate, making the female classmate distance herself from Zachary. But after Ethan came back, not only did he show zero remorse, he even mocked Zachary. Zachary went to find Ethan that night to apologize. Speaking up to this point, Zachary hurriedly grabbed Lana's hand. Tears involuntarily flowed down. Second sister, it's all my fault. I definitely must have done something wrong. That's why brother hit me. Don't blame brother anymore. Don't say it in front of Chloe anymore. Our Zane family truly doesn't know why we brought a violent maniac like you home, only to hurt my dear little brother. Chloe beside them was somewhat shocked. Could there be some misunderstanding? The person who used to stand by Zachary's side without hesitation actually hesitated today. Chloe, you don't believe me? I just feel there might still be some misunderstandings in this. Zachary's body went limp, and he collapsed directly onto the floor. The smile on his face was so desolate. Chloe, I know you are kind-hearted, but Ethan is an ungrateful wolf that can never be tamed. You slowly stepped forward, staring at Lana with a mocking gaze. Did you see me do it with your own 2 eyes? It wasn't you? Sounds like it makes a lot of sense. Then let's just pretend I did it. May I ask, what do you want to do about it? Hearing this, Lana was stunned for a moment. Instantly, Zachary's tears flowed freely. I beg you, second sister, don't punish brother. It was all my own fault for accidentally falling. I don't want to see you guys argue because of me. It's all my fault. Brother, please forgive me. You let out a cold laugh. Forgive you? You clearly knew I didn't do it. Why did you mislead everyone into misunderstanding me? And now you jump out to clarify. What the hell were you doing earlier? This time, let alone Chloe and Lana, even Zachary himself froze for a second. Before everyone could snap back to reality, you continued. Have you never studied language arts? Or is there a problem with your language expression skills? You could have clearly explained it in one sentence, but everyone misunderstood me because of you. You took all the blame back onto yourself, so in their hearts they all believe I did it. And you, Lana, he already said he fell by himself. Are you missing your cerebellum too? You really are an embarrassment to the Zane family. After saying that, you turned to leave. Halfway there, you turned back and delivered a solid slap to Zachary's face. After you left the villa, Zachary finally reacted. Holding his face, he started crying again. Seeing Zachary crying like this, Lana's heart ached terribly. Chloe, you saw it. This is the kind of person Ethan is. I really let you see a joke. Looking at Zachary crying, Chloe frowned slightly. Sister Lana, I'll head back first. With that, she left the Zane villa. Watching Chloe's retreating figure, Zachary sat heavily on the sofa. He knew Chloe's heart had already begun to waver. Thinking of this, Zachary secretly clenched his fists. Why did you have to come back? If you hadn't come back, I would have had a business marriage with Chloe. By then, I could control all the resources of both the Zane and Lawson families. The Zane family is mine. Chloe is also mine. And your deskmate should be mine too. I'm going to snatch back everything that belongs to you. Thinking of this, he looked at Lana with teary eyes. Second sister, you believe me, right? I really just didn't want you guys to argue, that's why I said that. Chloe misunderstood me. Second sister, please don't misunderstand me, okay? Of course second sister won't misunderstand you. Zachary is so kind. How could you possibly frame Ethan? What right does he have to be worth you framing him? Sister believes you, and will always believe you. In my heart, I only have one brother, and that is you, Zachary. But I don't want Chloe to misunderstand me either. Lana comforted him softly. Don't worry. Sister will go explain it clearly to Chloe. You guys are going to have an arranged marriage in the future. How could we let Ethan ruin it? Don't worry. Hearing this, Zachary immediately broke into a smile through his tears and nodded. But sister, do you have any ideas? Could you make brother stop hitting me? If I do something wrong, and accidentally anger brother again, what should I do? How about I just move out? Zachary's words were immediately opposed by Lana. No way, you've lived in this house for over 10 years. Even if someone has to leave, it shouldn't be you. Sister will handle it for you. Your main task right now is to study hard, and don't get distracted. The corner of Zachary's mouth curled up slightly. Let's just wait until mom and dad come back. Right now, brother's mental state is unstable. No matter how he hurts me, I can endure it, but I absolutely will not allow him to hurt my sisters. On the other side, your phone rang. Lana's voice came from the other end. Ethan, I'll give you 500,000. Move out. You paused for a moment. My dear sister, what is the meaning of this? The Zane family is also my home. How many people spend their entire lives dreaming of moving into a 3-story villa with a garden and a swimming pool? Hearing this, Lana became even more certain that you were just after the Zane family's wealth. You need to up the price, Lana suddenly laughed. Hearing Lana's laughter, you also started laughing. To make me leave. I wonder how much more my dear sister is willing to add? 300,000 more, deal. But I also have one condition. Write out a voluntary deed of gift. You don't trust me? Lana, don't give a damn about 800,000, then make it 1 million. For 1 million, I'll move out of the Zane family. Soon, you received a transfer of 1 million, and also received the voluntary gift contract. Looking at the balance on the card, you backhandedly blocked this phone number. Arriving at school, Maya saw the smile on your face, and couldn't help but start laughing too. Mia popped a long and fruit over. She proudly patted her pocket. How can there be someone this adorable in the world? You couldn't resist patting Mia's head. Just as you walked into the classroom, Chloe frowned slightly. Zachary behind her saw this scene, and also secretly clenched his fists. Classmate Ethan, what are you guys doing? Right now is the most crucial period of senior year. I know you are trying very hard to study. Classmate Mia is tutoring you because she is kind. Could you please not hold her back? To you, this might just be an exam. But to us, it's a major turning point that alters our life paths. Why is it that every time I hear you speak, I just want to slap you? As soon as this was said, Zachary hurriedly hid behind Chloe. I just didn't want to see classmates getting negatively influenced. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have spoken up, but my upbringing forced me to speak out. No, it's not like that. Classmate Ethan is very smart. Besides, I really like spending time with classmate Ethan. I don't know why. You always like to falsely accuse classmate Ethan. I've seen it several times now. I really dislike you. Zachary looked at Mia in disbelief. No, I didn't falsely accuse him. But the truth isn't what you think. Mia tilted her head, revealing a sweet smile. No matter what you say, I have eyes. I can see. I have ears. I can hear too. Who is good to me and who has ulterior motives? I can feel it all. Right at this moment, an even more fragile and delicate voice sounded. Classmate Ethan, did I do something wrong? Should I not have disliked him? It seems like he's being bullied by me now, but I was just telling the truth. Hearing this, Mia immediately put on a terrified expression. Then should I apologize to him? I don't want to be misunderstood by everyone. That won't be necessary. Class monitor Chloe, if Zachary is looking for you, could you please take him outside? A person from another class coming into our classroom and putting on such a pitiful act. Those who don't know better would really think someone in our class bullied him. Yeah, class monitor Chloe, can you please not let Zachary come to our class anymore? Mia was just stating the facts, but now it looks as if Mia bullied Zachary. Sure enough, he doesn't even compare to 1/10 of Ethan. Hearing these words, Zachary's face turned deathly pale. Tears immediately welled up. No, actually, it's all my fault. I just shouldn't have kindly reminded classmate Mia. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Chloe, you know me. Hearing this, Chloe sighed. Go back to your own classroom first. Zachary wiped his tears and looked earnestly at Mia. I'm sorry. I know some things have caused you to misunderstand me, but it's okay. In the future you will know. I'm actually not the kind of person you think I am. Chloe walked back to her seat, acting as if nothing had just happened. You gave Chloe an extra curious glance. Could this be the butterfly effect? The Chloe in this life has changed so much. In the past, she would unconditionally choose to defend Zachary. She was actually so decisive this time. Following your gaze, Maya noticed you were actually looking at Chloe. Although her face still carried that sweet smile, her fingernails had already dug into her palms. She couldn't stand your gaze lingering on another woman for this long. Your gentleness and your smile should all belong to her. You snapped back to reality and noticed Mia's eyes were red. Were you really scared just now? You wait here. Your big brother will go over and give him 2 slaps right now. Mia shook her head. She lowered her head and leaned close to you. Feeling your warm palm touching her skin, the flames of jealousy in Mia's heart instantly extinguished. With her acting so cute and needy, who could possibly resist? You directly gave her a thumbs up, offering your affirmation. Classmate Ethan, tonight, can you reward me with some fried rice? You just had fried rice yesterday. I'll make you fried noodles today instead. After school, Zachary appeared at the classroom door. Perhaps because of what Chloe had said this time, he just stood outside. Pursing his lips, he waited pitifully without entering the classroom. Chloe, the driver has something to do today. Can I ride in your car to go home? Chloe nodded. Then she subconsciously glanced at you, only to find you and Mia laughing and chatting as you left the classroom. Noticing Chloe's gaze, Zachary's face turned completely black. Just as Mia was about to get on your bike, she spotted Chloe and Zachary not far behind. The corner of her mouth curled into a smile. She asked softly, Classmate Ethan, can I hold on to you? Of course. Mia slowly got onto the back seat, wrapping her hands around your waist. Under the faint moonlight, Chloe walked towards where her driver had parked. Not long after, you and Mia finished buying supplies and returned to the apartment complex. After putting things away, you went to Mia's apartment. Soon, you brought out 2 bowls of fried noodles. Mia ate 1 bowl, and you ate 2 large bowls. Returning to your own room, you lay on the bed. You lit a soothing aroma bead. Smelling this faint, elegant fragrance, your entire body relaxed significantly. A while later, you felt as if something had slipped into your embrace. It was cold, fragrant, and soft. You subconsciously pulled it tightly into your arms. Inhaling that faint fragrance, you slept even more soundly. Early the next morning, you slowly opened your eyes, smelling the lingering faint body scent in your arms. Just then, your phone rang. You're awake too? I'll wash up and head over. You looked at your slightly swollen lips in the mirror and didn't think much of it. After washing up, you went to 2202. Mia was sitting properly in the dining room. Seeing you come in, she waved her hand. I made century egg and lean pork porridge today. Hurry and come taste it. Unlike the seafood porridge, the century egg and lean pork porridge was exceptionally rich and fragrant. Didn't expect you to be quite skilled at making porridge. Mia smiled. Delicious, right? I'll be in charge of breakfast from now on. After breakfast, you rode Mia to school. The school had a test today. Every student arrived very early. Chloe, holding the exam papers, watched the 2 of you walk in side by side, lightly pursing her lips. She started distributing the exam papers. The class bell rang. Under the gaze of homeroom teacher Mr. Collins, the students began taking the test. You glanced at Mia. She propped her chin with one hand, looking at you obediently with her beautiful glass-like eyes. She pointed at the exam paper. All the questions on it had already been answered. She mouthed the words, "Can't let you copy." You withdrew your gaze and continued solving the problems. As time ticked by, almost the entire morning was spent testing. During PE class in the afternoon, the students were like wild horses off the reins, recklessly sweating it out on the basketball court. You played for a while. Just as you walked off the basketball court, a sophomore girl walked over shyly, handing you a bottle of water. Senior, you look so handsome playing basketball. You also laughed brightly. Thank you. Are you a sophomore? The girl nodded. Just as you were about to take the water, an icy voice suddenly came from behind. He doesn't need it. Mia walked over holding a bottle of sports energy drink. Her gloomy, cold gaze focused on the girl, and she silently mouthed one word, scram. The girl's body trembled and she fled in panic. Looking at Mia's back and the girl's fleeing figure, you felt things were a bit weird. Mia handed over the energy drink. Ethan, we are in our senior year now. We should focus on our studies. You patted Mia's head. You're right. The current mission is to study and work hard to get into college. Maya revealed a brilliant smile, sitting in the shade, quietly watching you. At this time, a few girls walked over. One of them was the girl who offered you water. The lead girl smirked disdainfully. So you're the one who messed up our bet plan. Come take a walk with us to the equipment room. If you dare refuse. Mia's mouth carried a hint of a smile, and she nodded gently. Sure, let's go. Don't even think about telling the teacher. My dad donated money to the school, understand? Mia didn't speak, walking towards the equipment room. As the bell rang, you dribbled the basketball, looking around, but couldn't find Mia's figure. So you took the basketball and headed toward the equipment room. Suddenly, Maya smiled sweetly. Ethan, you have to return the basketball. Where did you go just now? I helped the classmates return the equipment. Give it to me. I'll return it for you. You didn't think much of it, handing the basketball to Mia. I'll wait for you at the convenience store. Watching her trot away, you laughed out loud. The next morning, you and Mia arrived at school. Head on, you saw a few junior girls limping into the school. When they saw you and Mia, their eyes revealed sheer terror, as if they had encountered something horrifying. You froze for a moment, following their gaze, only to see Mia standing behind you, with a face full of innocent smiles. She reached out and waved her hand in front of your eyes. What are you looking at? You shook your head. Nothing. Returning to the classroom, everyone was discussing how many points they would get on yesterday's test. Gossip was also spreading in the classroom. There's a sophomore girl who, relying on her family's wealth, acted like the boss of the girls. As a result, I heard she got beaten up super badly yesterday. This morning, her family processed her transfer paperwork. Rumor has it her 10 fingers were crushed into a bloody mess, and she has to rest for at least a few months. Hearing this, you noticed Nina was looking at you with a terrified expression. Seemingly noticing your gaze, she immediately lowered her head. You turned to look at Mia. Mia, do you see anything on my face? Mia looked at you seriously. Then she took off your glasses. Classmate Ethan is very handsome. There is nothing on your face. You laughed dryly and put your glasses back on. You were just wondering why Nina would show such an expression. Just then, the homeroom teacher walked in holding a stack of exam papers. The classroom instantly quieted down. Nervous? This is your first small test since entering this school. I wasn't nervous originally, but hearing you say that, I'm actually looking forward to it a bit. It's fine. You are so good at studying. You'll definitely be fine. The homeroom teacher tapped the desk. In this test, a dark horse has emerged in your class. This is a good thing for you all. After all, having competition will make you work harder. In this math test, 2 students got a perfect score. Everyone, guess who they are? The students shouted Chloe's name first. From freshman year to the first test of senior year, Chloe's math scores had always steadily ranked first. The homeroom teacher nodded. The students cheered. At least they guessed the first person right. Then they called out a few more names in a row. The homeroom teacher just smiled. All right, if you guess like this, you might as well just read the entire class roster. The other perfect score is classmate Mia. The classroom instantly boiled over. This was the only other student in the class, besides Chloeto, get a perfect score in a math test. The next words made the students cheer even more. Not only that, in this test, the #1 rank in the entire senior year is also classmate Mia. Everyone looked at Mia in shock. Did she just pull class monitor Chloe down from the pedestal? Are all top-tier study gods this good-looking? Asterisk, she really hid her strength well. You were also stunned for a second. Although you knew Mia's strength in science subjects, you didn't expect her to actually take first place in the whole grade. Mia, you are awesome! Ha ha ha! Saying that, you vigorously rubbed her head. Mia obediently let you pat her. The homeroom teacher coughed lightly twice. Pay attention to classroom discipline. Only then did you pull your hand back, but the smile on your face didn't diminish at all. You looked even more excited than if you had taken first place yourself. With competition and pursuit, can you better stimulate your potential? This time, all the students have made progress. I hope you will continue to work hard. Hearing the voice, you looked up, meeting Chloe's eyes. She was looking coldly at the interaction between you and Mia. Her lips were pressed into a tight line. After the homeroom teacher finished announcing, he started distributing the papers. Recently, under Mia's tutoring, your math had improved significantly. Although in the past 10 exams you only passed once or twice, this time you scored 72 points. You finally passed the passing line. You excitedly said to Mia, Mia, look, I passed, ha ha ha. The surrounding students were a bit speechless, but Mia encouraged you. That's amazing. Classmate Ethan, your grades will keep getting better and better. Let's work hard together. You nodded in agreement. During the break, while correcting mistakes, Maya thoughtfully explained the various problems to you. The duration of a class passed quickly. In almost every subsequent class, every teacher praised Mia. By the time the last exam paper was handed out, you calculated her total score. Her total score was 6 points higher than Chloe's. Don't underestimate these 6 points. During the college entrance exam, this was enough to eliminate tens of thousands of students. With grades like yours, weren't you always first place in your old school? You remembered her saying she was only top 3 in her old school. Mia smiled sheepishly. If I didn't say it too high, wouldn't it make me look like I'm very proud? It turned out that in her old school, Mia handed in blank papers and slept through every exam. If you really asked her what rank she could get, she truly wasn't sure. She continued explaining the problems to you. Don't get distracted. You really shouldn't have gotten this question wrong. Examine the question carefully. You smiled. Mia is acting more and more like a teacher. After all, teachers say this sentence every time they explain a problem. Classmate Ethan protected me, so I must do my absolute best to help you. If you don't listen, I'll hit your palm. You dare hit my palm? You pinched the back of her neck. I wouldn't dare. Mia also happily played along with you. This kind of study atmosphere made the surrounding classmates turn their heads frequently. Normally, someone would have spoken up to scold you guys long ago, but now everyone didn't say a word. Some students even took the initiative to ask Mia questions about the problems, and she helped guide them as well. After school, Zachary still waited at the classroom door. He looked at Chloe with aggrieved eyes, but Chloe was clearly not in the mood, not giving Zachary a single glance. This made Zachary feel even more wronged. Just as you left the classroom, Zachary yelled behind you, "Wait a minute!" Then he jogged over. First he smiled and nodded at Mia, then he looked at you. "Can I have a word with you alone?" Without waiting for your response, he stood on his tiptoes and whispered in your ear. Dad and Mom called back. They said they'll be back tomorrow. Brother, come home. Don't make Dad and Mom worry about you anymore. After saying that, a smug smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. You pinched your nose. Did you even brush your teeth? Why is your breath still stinks like a dumpster? Zachary gritted his teeth, glaring at you venomously. He took a step back and switched his face to a pitiful expression. I'll pay attention to it. After saying that, he looked at the adorable Mia standing to the side. He revealed what he thought was a handsome smile. Classmate Ethan, although I know this is your private matter and I shouldn't ask, are you a bit unhappy right now? Can I help you? Mia asked with concern. You turned around with a smile. It's nothing, just a trivial matter, and I'm not unhappy. Actually, I'm quite happy inside. Really? Really? But Mia obviously saw that you weren't feeling relaxed. She just responded with silence. Then you suddenly accelerated. Mia subconsciously hugged your waist. Hold on tight. I'm going to activate super mode. Okay, classmate Ethan, I'm already holding on tight. I won't let go. You sped forward, as if venting the emotions in your heart. 10 minutes later, you arrived at the apartment complex. You stopped, panting heavily. The smile returned to your face. What do you want to eat tonight? Instant noodles, I guess. I've never eaten them before. Can we eat instant noodles today? She pointed at the instant noodles in the supermarket, full of anticipation. Of course. The instant noodles I make are the most delicious. After returning to room 2202, Maya watched your cooking process, covering her mouth and giggling. So weird. Tomatoes and grandma's chili sauce? You rubbed Mia's long hair. Don't laugh. It's really very delicious. Then you poured the seasoning packets in. Mia smiled and nodded. Her soft and adorable appearance was incredibly cute. Wow, smells so good. Mia praised you with a tone full of admiration. Classmate Ethan is too good at cooking, so fragrant. Her unreserved praise gave your heart a massive sense of satisfaction. Even though you appeared calm on the surface, the tips of your ears quietly took on a layer of red. All right. Hurry up and eat. You're praising me to the heavens before you've even taken a bite. If you're not satisfied later, wouldn't you have wasted your breath? I wouldn't. It smells so good, it must be delicious. She picked up a bite with her chopsticks and slurped it into her mouth. A gleam flashed across her beautiful glass-like eyes. Delicious! After dinner, you returned to your room and lay on the bed. Your mind involuntarily recalled the dreams you had over the past few days. In the dreams, there was always an enchanting Mia. You couldn't help but swallow dryly. Is this puberty hitting hard? It made sense, though. After all, you were at the prime age of raging hormones. You shook your head. The affection you had for Mia in your heart was also climbing unknowingly. This little girl is actually quite cute. You lit a soothing aroma bead. Looking at your phone, you slowly drifted into sleep. In your dream, you felt a soft, tender body slip into your embrace. You gently held her, smelling that faint, elegant fragrance. Arriving at school the next morning, it was more peaceful than any other day. Having Mia by your side tutoring you was quite interesting. As the day ended, walking out of the school gates, you heard the gasps of your classmates. Oh my God, Zachary's family is actually this rich. That Maybach is his family's. Wow, really? I didn't expect Zachary's family to be so rich, yet he's so humble and gentle. At the school gate, a Maybach attracted everyone's onlookers. Father and Mother Zane stood beside the car. Watching Zachary run over, loving smiles appeared on their faces. Zachary threw himself into Mother Zane's arms. Tears instantly flowed out. Dad, Mom, you're finally back. I missed you guys so much. Silly child. Dad and Mom went abroad to attend an exchange conference. It's very helpful for future corporate planning. Mother Zane rubbed Zachary's head. Mom is back. From now on, no one can even think about bullying you anymore, Zachary said through his tears. I'm sorry, Seth. It's all my fault. Dad and Mom wanted me to get along well with brother, but I tried. I really tried my best. Mother Zane's heart ached incredibly. She had long developed deep dissatisfaction toward you. It's not your fault. From the corner of her eye, she spotted you. She walked straight over, swung her arm, and slapped you. What right do you have to hit my son? You didn't dodge. The palm landed on your face. Your gold-rimmed glasses were sent flying to the ground, and the lenses shattered. This scene stunned the surrounding students. All eyes focused on you guys. Mother Zane continued to reprimand you. Why do you always bully my son? Why? She viciously pushed your bicycle over. Seeing this, Mia's breathing grew rapid. Her palms clenched into fists. A chilling aura dyed her face. Don't be afraid. Your voice reached Mia's ears. Your tall body shielded her completely. Her restless heart gradually calmed down. Zachary jogged over and grabbed Mother Zane's hand. Mom, don't do this. This is school. Don't do this, okay? It's all my fault. It has nothing to do with classmate Ethan. Don't do this, please? If you want to blame someone, blame me. Please stop blaming classmate Ethan. He lifted his fragile face. Look, there's no slap mark on my face anymore. Hearing these words, Mother Zane's heart broke. She had only been away for a few days, and Zachary's teeth were knocked out. If she had come back a few days later, who knows what would have happened. More and more students gathered around. Chloe also hurried forward, grabbing Mother Zane to persuade her. Auntie, this is school. Whatever it is, can we talk about it when we get home? Please don't get physical. I just want to ask him, why did he hit my son? The son I raised for 18 years. I can't even bear to hit him myself. What right does he have to lay a hand on Zachary? You moved your lips. A faint smile curled at the corner of your mouth. Because he said I bullied him, Mother Zane said angrily. This sentence again. He said you bullied him, so you have to hit him physically. People like you are too terrifying. Yeah, why should I be falsely accused? Why should I have baseless crimes pinned on my head? You leaned close to Mother Zane and whispered, didn't I turn out this way entirely thanks to all of you? My dear mother. Hearing your words, Mother Zane looked at you in disbelief. What did you say? Zachary burst out crying with a wah! Mom, don't be mad anymore. I beg you. Let's go back first. It's all my fault. Hearing Zachary's crying, Mother Zana finally snapped back to reality. Supported by Zachary, she got into the car. Watching the Maybach gradually drive away, you took a heavy, deep breath. Go back by yourself tonight. I have some matters to resolve. Mia picked up the broken glasses from the ground, silently protecting them in her embrace. Classmate Ethan, even if everyone in the whole world doesn't believe you, I will always believe you, so you are not alone. This made you feel a trace of warmth in your heart. Sorry, I can't be your dinner buddy tonight. It's okay, classmate Ethan. I'll wait for you. Watching your departing back, Chloe's eyes held a bit more confusion. You clearly did something wrong. As long as you correct it, everything can go back to how it was. Why does it always have to be like this? Mia cast a deep, dark glance at Chloe. What exactly did Ethan do wrong? What do you want him to change? Change back to how he was before? The Ethan who let you all humiliate him. After saying that, she picked up the broken glasses and walked out of the school gate. Returning home, Zachary saw Fiona and Lana waiting in the living room for a long time. Lana directly recounted everything you had done over the past few days. After hearing it, Mother Zane's heart was about to shatter. She cursed you for being an ungrateful wolf, a truly heartless thing. Father Zane also frowned, knocking his brother unconscious and leaving him in the hallway without a care. How ruthless must this heart be? Zachary shook his head. It's all my fault, Dad, Mom. Please don't blame brother anymore. I'm fine now, aren't I? The villa door was pushed open. You walked in. Seeing this, Zachary grabbed Mother Zane's clothes. Mom, let me go. I believe brother truly knows he was wrong this time. Let's not argue anymore, okay? Saying that, he jogged towards you. Brother, you're back. Can I talk to you for a bit? You snorted a laugh. Did you brush your teeth? Your mouth still stinks so bad. Hearing your words, Zachary's face instantly darkened. Does brother still want your biological mother to slap you? You should know that laying a hand on me right now brings you absolutely no benefits. You smiled faintly. Believe it or not, I can slap you right now. I honestly couldn't care less. Lana stood straight up. Ethan, you still dare to get physical? You walked over to Mother Zane and smiled. I pushed your son. You must feel uncomfortable in your heart. Do you want to slap me again to vent your son's anger? Father Zane slammed his palm on the table. How are you speaking to your mother? The things we taught you over these 2 years. Did you just eat them all? You shook your head, finding it hilarious. I have already rented an apartment outside. After today, I will not be coming back. You guys can't stand looking at me, and I don't want to look at you guys either. Zachary quickly stepped forward to support Father Zane. Dad, don't be angry. I'll go persuade brother. Father Zane was truly enraged. Tell him to scram. Once he steps out of this house, don't ever think about coming back. Lana also echoed Father Zane's words. Once you leave this house, don't you ever think about coming back? Only Fiona didn't speak. She just silently looked upstairs. Second sister, stop talking. Dad and Mom are in a fit of anger right now. I'll go persuade brother. Zachary walked upstairs. Brother, it's me. Brother, can I have a heart-to-heart with you? Brother, you really angered Dad and Mom this time. Hurry and go, it's apologize. This matter will just… Before Zachary could finish, you looked at him with a smug, dark expression. Is this interesting to you? There's no one else here. Put away your hypocritical disguise. Right now you have two choices. First, you can be Ethan's dog. I will let you continue staying in this house, and guarantee you live a life without worrying about food or clothing. But I like my dogs to be a bit more obedient. Second, you will be chased out of the Zane family like a dog. Remember, when I say chased, you should know what that means. Don't even dream about stepping foot into this house for the rest of your life. You looked at Zachary with a beaming smile. Is that so? Then tell me, why did they go looking for me in the first place? Zachary narrowed his eyes, looking at you with sheer disdain. Don't think, just because you are their biological son, you can challenge my position in their hearts. How many times has your biological mother slapped you because of me? Right now, because you hit me. They are still furious. Say, if I fall down from here right now, say, wouldn't that be very interesting? You know, Ethan, I have never treated you as an opponent. You are a complete and utter failure. Dad doesn't love you. Mom doesn't love you. Your two sisters will also choose to stand by my side every single time. I'm going to snatch everything away. Not only that, even your original fiancé is mine. The entire Zane family should be mine. You never should have come back. You should be just like before. Zachary suddenly teared up and yelled in a pitiful, terrified voice. Brother, no! I know I was wrong. Please don't push me. Don't push me down the stairs. And then he tumbled directly from the second floor all the way to the first floor. Looking at Zachary lying on the floor, the first one to react was Fiona, who let out a sharp scream. Lana, looking at Zachary on the floor, also let out a scream. The Zane parents hurriedly rushed to the bottom of the stairs, glaring at you deadly. Ethan, how could you be so cruel? Zachary is so kind. I never should have agreed to let Zachary go persuade you. An animal like you should be kicked out of the house immediately. Father Zane collapsed onto the floor. Ethan, I truly regret bringing you back. The despicable nature in your bones can never be changed. You are not my son. You are a murderer. Looking at the family anxiously putting Zachary into the ambulance with extreme care. I have to admit, Zachary's maneuver did somewhat exceed your expectations. No matter what, you were still the biological son. To make the Zane couple completely give up on you, those minor squabbles weren't enough to actually make them sever ties and kick you out. For Zachary, the game had just ended. But for you, this game had only just begun. Since you want it this way, then I'll grant your wish. Everything you owe me, I'll make you spit it all back out. This Zane family is nothing worth keeping anyway. Early the next morning, the Zane family returned, looking exhausted. Lana cried and yelled, charging forward as if to scratch your face. Do you know what you did? Zachary only suffered superficial wounds. If anything happens to him, I won't let you off. You're coming to the hospital with me right now. Kneel down and apologize to Zachary. Otherwise, you fiercely slapped Lana's hand away. Otherwise what? Are you going to call the police and arrest me? Then you can make the call right now. As soon as this was said, Lana froze in place. Not to mention they had to consider the Zane family's face. Even Zachary wouldn't let them call the police. After all, not everyone was as stupid as them. You guys don't dare call the police? Or is it that Zachary begged you not to call the police? Fiona's eyes were filled with coldness. Zachary just doesn't want to blow this matter out of proportion. He is protecting the entire Zane family. Mother Zane rushed forward and grabbed your collar. You are not my son. My son wouldn't be as vicious as you. You make me sick. Why wasn't it you who fell down the stairs? You fiercely swatted Mother Zane's hand away. Your gaze fell onto Father Zane, who hadn't spoken a word from the very beginning. Can we talk? I know you must hate me to death right now. Hate me for hurting your precious son. It's fine. This matter can be easily resolved. Saying that, you took out a pre-prepared severance agreement. I am very grateful that you found me and brought me back, and even more grateful for the superior living conditions in your house. You guys give me $100,000 in living expense every month. For 15 years, that's $18 million. Father Zane took a deep breath. He signed his name directly on the severance agreement. Then he opened his phone, glanced at the amount, and transferred the money. You put away the severance agreement and left the Zane villa under the gaze of everyone. Just as you walked out of the villa, the familiar sound of a bicycle bell rang out. You saw Mia looking incredibly proud of herself. I was a bit worried about you, so I tried my luck and came looking for you. Then she took out a brand new pair of gold-rimmed glasses from her backpack. She carefully placed the glasses onto your face. Then you took Mia to eat breakfast before heading to school. Very quickly, the news of you pushing Zachary down the stairs spread throughout the school. Mia took a piece of candy from her pocket. For you to eat. It's very sweet. Eating it will make you happy. You took the candy, chuckling softly. 18 million. That's a wealth many normal people struggle their entire lives to achieve but never do. Mia looked at you with some confusion. She could tell your mood was genuinely very happy, so she carefully asked, Are you not angry? Right at this moment, the classroom door was violently pushed open. Chloe walked straight up to you. Are you only going to be happy if you completely destroy Zachary? He is lying in the hospital right now, do you know? If Zachary hadn't been lucky and only suffered minor injuries, how severe the consequences would have been. A loud slap followed immediately. Chloe was shocked by your sudden action. If you feel sorry for Zachary, you can go take care of him. After all, you're the best at that, aren't you? Thinking everyone deserves to be saved by you. But I don't need it. When it comes down to it, you never actually believed in me. Influenced by Zachary, you subconsciously believed I was the one who pushed him down the stairs. Before Chloe could open her mouth to add anything, you continued. Everything you've done is just remorse over not listening to Zachary's words earlier. Now seeing him injured, you want to make up for the previous matters. When it comes down to it, you are actually a selfish person too. But it's fine. There are still people willing to believe me. That is enough. Please return to your seat immediately. Don't disturb my classes and studying. Everyone was looking in your direction. Only Nina was shrinking her neck, huddling in her seat. Mia sat obediently beside you, looking at her adorably blank little face. You couldn't help but find it amusing. You couldn't resist rubbing Mia's long hair. After school, you returned to your bedroom. You habitually lit a soothing aroma bead. Smelling this faint fragrance, you felt the softness in your chest. In the Zane family villa, Fiona suddenly woke up with a start. Panting heavily, she sat straight up from the bed. Why is it like this? Why would I have a dream like this? Fiona tore at her hair like a madwoman. Unable to bear it any longer, she let out a hoarse scream. Her eyes were hollow and lifeless. For a moment, she couldn't tell if this was a dream or reality. Soon, footsteps sounded in the hallway outside. Pushing the door open, she saw Fiona curled up in a corner. Mother Zane hurried forward. Fiona, what's wrong? Don't scare Mom. What exactly is wrong with you? Fiona just lay on the floor, her mouth mumbling something in a trance. Lana listened carefully. She could only vaguely hear the word Ethan. It's Ethan. Sister is talking about Ethan. It must be Ethan who harmed Sister. A crisp, loud slap resounded in the room. Lana held her face, looking at her eldest sister in disbelief. Her whole body trembled. Fiona's emotions suddenly became extremely agitated. Say that again. Saying that, tears kept falling. What right do you have to talk about him? What right? None of us have the right to talk about him. Fiona sat on the floor in panic, like a child who had made a mistake. Over and over again, she only repeated one sentence. Forgive me. Eventually, she fainted and was rushed to the hospital. The Zane family found it hard to believe. She was perfectly fine before going to bed at night. How could she suffer a mental breakdown in a split second? Early the next morning, Fiona slowly opened her eyes. She pulled out her IV drip and walked towards the door. Lana saw Fiona and immediately followed her out. But Fiona's figure was already gone from the hallway. At school, you were in the middle of morning self-study. Suddenly, you received a notification from the homeroom teacher. Someone claiming to be your sister was waiting for you at the school gate. The students looked at you curiously, because for 2 years, they had never heard of you having a sister. Even during parent-teacher conferences, you were always alone. I don't have a sister. Could they have the wrong person? The homeroom teacher went outside the classroom to answer a call. From the other end, Fiona's voice came through. No, I really am Ethan's sister. Let Ethan come out and see me. I'm right outside the school gate. I beg you, let me see him. The phone was on speaker, and you heard these words too. The homeroom teacher looked at you helplessly. You helplessly walked to the school gate. From a distance, you saw Fiona's frail figure. Seeing you, Fiona anxiously called out your name. You stopped in your tracks and asked coldly,
What do you want?
Hearing your distant voice, Fiona felt a sharp pain in her heart. She could barely stand, only able to hold onto the fence. With tear-filled eyes, she looked at you. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Ethan, come back, okay? You blocked Sister's phone number. Sister couldn't find you. Did you get the wrong person? I don't have a sister. Fiona looked at you in disbelief. Could you please not look at me with that kind of gaze? I beg you. Forgive me just this once, okay? From now on, Sister will protect you. No one will be allowed to bully you. You coldly interrupted. I'll say it one more time. You got the wrong person. I don't have a sister. The grandparents who raised me passed away when I was 13. I don't have any relatives in this world. Please stop harassing me. Otherwise, I will call the police. After saying that, you turned and left. Fiona's legs went soft, and she dropped to her knees with a thud. When Fiona snapped back to reality, your back had already disappeared from her sight. All color drained from her face. Lying on the ground, she broke down and wailed loudly. Returning to the classroom, Mia asked softly, Was it them? You nodded. I severed all ties with them yesterday. Mia nodded thoughtfully. Her innocent and naive look made you want to pinch her cheeks. Mia's little face blushed, and she shyly lowered her head, but the corner of her mouth was slightly curling up. Chloe watched the interaction between you and Mia. When I helped him solve problems before, he used to smile at me like this too after school. You and Mia ran into Fiona at the school gate. That day after school, you and Mia were discussing dinner. At the school gate, you ran into Fiona again. Obviously, Fiona had been waiting here all day. She hadn't even brushed off the dust on her pant legs. Expressionless, you bypassed Fiona and walked in another direction. Fiona hurriedly trotted to catch up. Ethan, Sister will take you to eat, okay? You revealed a hint of annoyance. I said it yesterday. From now on, when we meet, it's like we are strangers. Mia, get on the bike. Just as you were about to leave, Fiona, with an apologetic face, blocked the front of the bike. Ethan, can we have a good talk? I have something I want to say to you. You looked coldly at Fiona. Move! Fiona still didn't budge. Ethan, sister knows she was wrong. Listen to my explanation, okay? It won't take up too much of your time. Fiona, I don't know what you want to say, and I couldn't care less about what you want to say. I made it clear enough yesterday. I am going home now. Fiona shook her head anxiously. No, it's not like that, Ethan. Listen to me. I really have so much I want to say to you. Tears uncontrollably streamed down. She hurriedly tried to wipe them but couldn't stop them at all. Looking at Fiona's appearance, you frowned. Your tears are way too cheap. Fiona wiped her tears and forced a smile while saying, I'm not crying. Can you give me a little time? Even just a little while. She tried hard to suppress her sobbing. You make me feel sick. After saying that, you shoved Fiona aside. Fiona helplessly watched your retreating back. She crouched on the ground for a long time before getting up and leaving. Returning to the Zane family villa, Lana worriedly ran over and hugged Fiona. Mother Zane hurriedly stepped forward to comfort her. Tomorrow, Mom will take you to the hospital for a checkup, and also go see your brother. He's very worried about you. Fiona frowned deeply. Is Zachary really your son? Mother Zane froze for a moment, but still answered firmly. Of course he is my son. What's wrong with you? Fiona didn't continue asking. It's just that from tomorrow on, I will take over my shares and help share the burden of the company's business. Father Zane was worried about her condition and advised her to hold off for now. Fiona shook her head. Dad, Mom, Lana, I'm fine. I just had a dream. Now I've woken up from the dream. Returning to her room, Fiona cried alone. Scenes from the dream constantly surfaced in her mind. Those unbearable images made her heart ache. She tried to tell herself it was just a dream, but somewhere in the unseen world, a voice reminded her that all of it actually happened. Fiona muttered to herself, Don't cry. Ethan doesn't like seeing me cry. It's not too late. Things have changed. One day Ethan will forgive me. Early the next morning, just as you walked out of the apartment complex, you saw Fiona waiting on the side. Fiona hurriedly stepped forward, handing you a thermos lunchbox. Ethan, I made porridge at home. Try some. You looked at Fiona and let out a light laugh. Fiona, do you know what sentence Zachary said to me the most? He said, The one who is unloved is the real trash. I finally understand the meaning of that sentence now. You took Fiona's porridge and walked towards the trash can, revealing a warm, bright smile. Trash should stay where trash belongs. As soon as the words fell, the porridge dropped smoothly into the trash can. The smile on Fiona's face vanished instantly, but she quickly forced a smile again. It's okay. If you don't like it, I'll make something else tomorrow. You couldn't help but sneer. Do you have some kind of sickness? Do you think this is fun? Fiona hurriedly explained. No, I just want to treat you well. I don't mean anything else. You laughed. I remember very clearly. When Zachary fell down the stairs, that's not what you said. Fiona watched your departing back but ultimately didn't speak again, leaving only her murmuring behind you. I'm sorry, Ethan. Sister truly knows she was wrong. I just want to hear you call me sister one more time. The early morning wind still carried a hint of chill. You asked Mia, do you want to experience the feeling of flying? A hint of a smile flashed in her eyes. I want to. You told her to close her eyes, open her arms. Then you rode the bike together, rushing down the slope, feeling the thrill of weightlessness. Her laughter was crisp like silver bells, radiating sunshine-like brightness infecting you. You also couldn't help but laugh out loud. Fiona had been following behind you the whole time, looking at the smile on your face. For a moment she was in a daze. That was a smile for she hadn't seen for a very long time. It had once appeared when you first came to the Zane family, but she couldn't remember when it disappeared. She had never truly cared about you, which is why she couldn't remember these details. It wasn't until you reached the school gate that she snapped back to reality. At this time, Fiona's car window was knocked on. Looking up, she saw Father Zane, Mother Zane, Lana, and Zachary. Zachary ran over excitedly. Sister, I knew you would definitely come to drop me off. Mother Zane smiled lovingly. Your eldest sister cares about you the most. Knowing you are coming to school today, how could she not come? Fiona ignored them. There wasn't a trace of a smile on her face. She gave Zachary a cold glance. I have something to do, I'm leaving. Before the words even settled, Fiona slammed on the gas pedal. Zachary was almost thrown to the ground. Luckily, Lana supported him in time. Zachary watched the retreating shadow of Fiona's car, a trace of grievance flashing in his eyes. Does eldest sister not like me anymore? She wouldn't. Her health hasn't been good lately, and she's a bit emotionally stressed. She'll be fine in a few days. Zachary pursed his lips, feigning weakness. It's all my fault. If I hadn't been pushed down the stairs by brother. Speaking up to here, he pretended to look traumatized. Father and Mother Zane sighed. Don't worry, sister will get better. Thank goodness that troublemaker has left. Now no one can ever hurt our Zachary again. Hearing this, Zachary smiled. He acted even more obedient. I will study hard, to share the burden for Mom and Dad in the future. They were a picture of harmony. Zachary walked into the campus full of expectations. He couldn't wait to see you again, because he knew that would be a good show. When you arrived at the classroom, you found all the students surrounding Zachary, full of concern. He seemed to greatly enjoy this feeling of being surrounded and cared for by people. His face was written with smugness and satisfaction. Ethan is too cruel, actually pushing you down from the second floor. This kind of behavior already constitutes intentional assault. You should call the police. Yeah, why didn't you call the police and have him arrested? Another student chimed in. What he did was really going too far. It's senior year now. If I call the police, classmate Ethan will definitely have a stain on his record. I really couldn't bear to do that. He put on a tragic, heroic expression. Even though my body suffered all sorts of torment, my spirit will absolutely not yield. These words drew a round of applause from the classmates. Zachary, you're just too kind. That's why you get bullied like this. You have an incredibly forgiving heart. Zachary greatly enjoyed this kind of flattery. He waved his hand. Actually, I'm not that great. It's just that I feel having a sincere heart can better influence everything. It's more effective than hitting people. Applause erupted again. Zachary sat down proudly. A hint of a smug smile hung at the corner of his mouth. As soon as class ended, Zachary couldn't wait to come to your classroom. From outside the door, seeing you and Mia laughing and chatting, the anger in his heart instantly surged. Why am I the one who got hurt, while you can still be so happy? Zachary walked into your classroom. Classmates asked about his well-being one after another. Even Chloe showed sympathy. Zachary responded to everyone with a smile, but he found that you hadn't even spared him a single glance. Zachary walked towards you with a pitiful expression on his face. Classmate Ethan, I don't blame you. I know I must have done something wrong, that's why you would. He deliberately paused, his words guiding everyone to imagine a worse scenario. Seeing the gradually shifting gazes of the surrounding classmates, you sneered in response. You really are begging for it, aren't you? I already pushed you down the stairs. Instead of hiding from me, you still lean in. I really don't know how cheap you can be. Zachary's eyes filled with tears. He sniffled. I'm not. I know you didn't do it on purpose. I don't blame you. Zachary leaned close to you and whispered. I just wanted to tell you. How does it feel to be kicked out of the house? I said it. The one who is unloved is the real trash. Looking at it now. Ethan, you are a complete and utter piece of trash. Zachary thought you wouldn't be able to hold back from hitting him, thereby confirming your brutality, but you only gave a light laugh. With a mocking expression, you said, I really have to thank you. You helped me get rid of that family, and I even got a compensation fee. You don't know. In the past, I truly had absolutely nothing. Hearing these words, Zachary's face instantly darkened, because what you said was true. You indeed used to have nothing, but now not only did you have clear skin, delicate features, you had also obtained a massive compensation. Zachary gritted his teeth. He felt a vague sense of unease inside. You were kicked out by your biological parents and sister. You will never have their love and care again. Don't you regret it at all? You responded with a smile. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Whatever you say is right. Ha ha ha. Looking at your smile, Zachary only felt an unnamed fire blocking his chest. A dull ache. You looked at Zachary's pale face and smiled playfully. Why does your face look so ugly? Could it be that your kidney deficiency has gotten worse? Provoked by you, Zachary held his chest and stumbled back 2 steps. His face turned even paler. Why must you humiliate me like this? I just wanted to be friends with you. Why do you have to treat me this way? Then he turned his gaze to Mia, looking at her with teary eyes, attempting to display his fragile side. Mia puffed up her little cheeks. She muttered innocently, You ate classmate Ethan's vomit. You are a creep, so could you please leave our classroom? Mia's words completely broke Zachary's defense. He started coughing violently. He looked at Chloe full of grievance. Chloe, I'm not sick. I'm just suffering from a panic attack caused by Ethan's humiliation. You have to believe me. Chloe frowned and stepped forward. You should go to the infirmary and get checked out first. Your face looks really awful. Don't come looking for Ethan anymore. He won't apologize to you. You nodded slightly, expressing agreement with her words. Chloe truly couldn't understand why you hadn't realized your mistakes. Even if Zachary was at fault, your action of pushing him down the stairs was truly unforgivable. She felt both disappointed and angry towards you. Seeing Chloe's reaction, Zachary was secretly overjoyed. He looked at Chloe in a coquettish manner. I just wanted to ease my relationship with Ethan. I didn't expect he would actually. His words carried a soft and weak tone, and his eyes were full of love. He believed that now that you were kicked out of the Zane family, the opportunity for a marriage alliance with the Lawson family naturally fell to him. However, Chloe suddenly felt a wave of nausea. Just go to the infirmary first. Then she quickly returned to her own seat. Zachary didn't notice the impatience in her eyes. He still thought she was caring about him. He turned his head and glared at you venomously. You didn't hesitate to give him the middle finger right back. Mia looked at you. Why, even though you left, does he still have to come look for trouble with you? You sighed helplessly. Some people are just born bitches. People like Zachary just beg to be slapped. You couldn't stop them even if you tried. Walking out of the school gates, you saw Fiona again. Zachary ran over excitedly. Sister! Did you come specifically to pick me up? The classmates looked at Fiona. Having such a beautiful and wealthy sister was truly enviable. However, Fiona's face changed slightly upon seeing you. You go back first. I have something to do. Then she walked straight towards you. Fiona walked up to your side and asked softly, Ethan, does riding a bike tire you out? Let sister give you guys a ride from now on, okay? You ignored Fiona and continued walking forward. Fiona hurriedly caught up. Smiling flatteringly, she said, I didn't do well enough before. Now I just beg you to give me one more chance, okay? I promise I will be a good sister. I won't make you angry anymore, okay? You remained entirely unmoved. Fiona's eye sockets gradually turned red. She couldn't help but choke up. Ethan, don't ignore sister. Give me a chance to make it up to you, okay? Fiona looked at you, her eyes full of pleading. She didn't dare hope you would forgive her immediately. She just hoped you wouldn't resist her this much anymore. You smiled, carrying a hint of playfulness. Fiona, what exactly do you want? Seeing the smile on your face, Fiona hurriedly wiped away her tear streaks and said in a low voice, Ethan, I won't cry anymore. Don't hate me. I really just want to treat you a little better. You smiled and nodded. Then stay far away from me. That's what's best for me. Understand? Fiona's heart tightened. Her eyes were full of sorrow and regret. She shook her head. No, if I walk away, you will forget me. Other than this, I can promise you anything else, as long as I can do it. You sneered. Fiona, you really are shameless enough. Mia beside you couldn't stand it anymore, she said coldly. You guys kicked classmate Ethan out of the house, and now you come here putting on an act. It's really weird. If you truly regret it, why did you do it in the first place? Fiona's face drastically changed, as if a knife had fiercely stabbed into her heart. She let go of her hand, painfully clutching her chest. Sobbing, no, I really never thought it would be like this. It doesn't matter anymore. Classmate Ethan leaving you guys will only make him freer. All you brought him was pain and coldness. You don't understand him at all. Then she turned her head and smiled at you. Can we go now? You responded softly. Of course. Looking at the gentleness in your eyes, Fiona felt a sharp pain. Before, you used to look at her with that kind of gaze too. Back then, how desperately did you desire a response from her? Watching your retreating backs, Fiona's eyes were hollow and full of despair. Zachary saw this scene. Clenching his fists, he cursed under his breath. Why, even though you already left, can you still make eldest sister come see you? Ethan, why did you even come back? If only you had never appeared, how great would that be? Zachary took a deep breath and walked up to Fiona. Sister, what's wrong? Did Ethan make you cry out of anger? He's too despicable. He bullied me, and I tolerated it. But bullying my sister I absolutely cannot tolerate. Fiona raised her eyes and looked coldly at Zachary. Her eyes were red and swollen from crying, with visible bloodshot veins. Zachary was startled by her gaze. You said Ethan bullied you again? Zachary immediately put on a pitiful look and nodded heavily. Sister, you don't even know. Today I went to find Ethan smack. Fiona viciously slapped Zachary across the face. Zachary froze, looking at her in disbelief. Sis, why did you hit me? Fiona's eyes were gloomy. She said coldly. Why did you go provoke him? Why? She grabbed Zachary's wrist tightly. Scared, Zachary pulled his hand back. Sis, what's wrong with you? Why do you always have to go look for trouble with Ethan? No, sister, I just wanted to apologize to him. Make peace. He humiliated me first, Zachary explained in a panic. When he said this before, he always earned his sister's affection and praise. Make peace? What right do you have to go make peace with him? If it weren't for you, would he have been kicked out of the house? Was it really Ethan who pushed you down? Zachary's body went stiff. He subconsciously darted a glance at Fiona's eyes. Then he pretended to choke up. Yes, Ethan pushed me. Since he pushed you, why did you go find him to apologize? Zachary looked at Fiona's somewhat crazed expression and backed away 2 steps in terror. No, sister. I didn't want to provoke him. I was just afraid you would be sad. Fiona's cold sneer deepened. You were afraid I'd be sad? Are you afraid sister will hurt you? You love sister so much. Now I'm just having an emotional breakdown and you're this scared. If something actually happened to sister, would you abandon me without hesitation too? Terrified, Zachary backed away step by step, shaking his head continuously. No, sister, I really never thought about abandoning you. You have to believe me. Aren't you my favorite person? Fiona smiled. Really? Really? Then come here. Sister will take you home. Zachary hesitated. He didn't dare step closer at all. He just awkwardly squeezed out a smile. Sister, the driver will take me back. I'll go first. Otherwise, Mom will worry about me. After saying that, he turned and ran towards the driver. Fiona watched his back. Suddenly, she slapped herself fiercely. This is the brother I doted on for 18 years. Her heart was bleeding. In this moment, she finally saw through Zachary's true colors. When Zachary returned home, as soon as he saw Mother Zane, he started crying and complaining. Mom! Seeing him like this, Mother Zane's heart softened instantly. She hurriedly asked, What's wrong, my precious son? Zachary didn't speak. He just sobbed silently. The clear slap mark on his face caught Mother Zane's attention. Her brows furrowed tightly. What happened to your face? Who hit you? Before Zachary could answer, Fiona walked in and said coldly, I hit him. Mother Zane looked at Fiona with displeasure. Why did you hit Zachary? Aren't you the one who dotes on him the most? What on earth did he do wrong? Fiona answered without hesitation. He went to look for Ethan again today. Mother Zane frowned. She looked at Zachary in confusion. What does that mean? Fiona looked coldly at Zachary. She asked him why he went to look for Ethan. Zachary choked back a sob and explained, "Brother was kicked out of the house because of me. I felt terrible, so I went to have a good talk with him, but he humiliated me in public. I was so sad, I told eldest sister, but she hit me. I feel so wronged." Hearing this, Mother Zane looked at Zachary with even more heartache. "Just because of this, you hit Zachary? He was trying to maintain family harmony. Why did you get physical?" Fiona didn't respond to Mother Zane directly. Instead, she turned to Zachary and questioned him. "Did Ethan really push you down the stairs?" Zachary took a step back. He sobbed. "Eldest sister, you don't believe me. It really was Ethan who pushed me down. He is a liar. He dares to do it but doesn't dare to admit it. I can't believe you actually doubt me." Mother Zane shielded Zachary behind her. She scolded. "We heard it loud and clear that night. It was Ethan who pushed Zachary down. How can you not believe your own brother?" Fiona sneered. "Really? Then why, when only you guys were home that day, did Ethan choose that exact moment to push you? He had already said he was moving out. Why would he still do something so stupid? Why did you stop us from calling the police back then? Were you afraid something would be found out?" Zachary's face turned ghastly pale. He stammered an explanation. "I just didn't want brother to bear legal responsibility. It's all my fault. Sister, please believe me. I'm willing to do anything." Seeing this, Mother Zane hurriedly comforted Zachary. "Enough, Fiona. I believe Zachary. I don't believe a single word Ethan says." Fiona gave them a cold glance. She turned and went back to her room. Zachary stared at Fiona's back, his heart burning with rage. "Damn that Ethan. What on earth did you say to eldest sister?" Later that day, after sending Zachary off, Mother Zane knocked on Fiona's door. She saw Fiona curled up in the corner of the bed, looking incredibly haggard. Mother Zane's voice was gentle. "Mom shouldn't have spoken to you like that. It's Mom's fault. Stop being angry, okay? You know too, your brother has depended on you since he was little. Mom knows you're in a bad mood, but you can't take your anger out on Zachary. He's such a kind child. He wouldn't frame Ethan." Hearing this, Fiona let out a cold laugh. "Zachary is your son. What about Ethan? Just because he isn't the one you raised, you can treat him like this?" Mother Zane was left speechless for a moment. "That's different." "What's different?" Fiona questioned with an agitated tone. "When he was little, if you had kept a good eye on him, would he have been taken away? Before finding him, you always said you felt sorry for him. What about after finding him? How did you guys treat him?" Speaking up to hear, Fiona choked up. She hugged her legs tightly. "The worst person in this family is me. If I had stepped up earlier, things wouldn't have developed to this point." She recalled the scenes from her dream. Ethan had once said to her, Sister, it's okay. I'll carry you. I will take care of you from now on." But now, all of this was irretrievable. The hand Fiona used to clutch her chest couldn't stop trembling. She tried desperately to stop herself, but her emotional breakdown made it uncontrollable. Mother Zane was terrified. She hugged her tightly. "Fiona, Mom won't scold you anymore. Let's go to the hospital." "Mom will definitely cure you." Fiona smiled bitterly. Her eyes had lost all light. She knew she was incurable. The only person who could save her already hated her. Even if he wouldn't forgive her, she was willing to do anything for him. She murmured softly, "We were all wrong." Mother Zane hugged her tightly, asking with heartache, "What is wrong? Tell Mom, okay?" Fiona didn't respond. She knew no one would believe that all this was just because of a dream. It wasn't a dream. It was everything she had truly experienced. She remembered every single detail. That was her life. Fiona's hatred surged. All of this was Zachary's fault. He was the one who made everything so terrible. Her hatred allowed her to find a new purpose. She decided to make Zachary pay for all the pain Ethan had suffered. While you rode your bike, you listened to Mia's praises. Although you pretended nothing was going on outwardly, inwardly you couldn't help but feel a bit smug. Mia hugged your waist tightly, softly speaking those sweet words, praising you so much his ears were about to turn completely red. Arriving at the classroom, Zachary suddenly rushed in with red eyes. Tears were already hanging on his face. He stood in front of you, looking wronged. His voice choked as he spoke. "Ethan, I can tolerate you bullying me, but could you please not badmouth me in front of my sister? You were clearly the one who pushed me down the stairs. Why didn't you tell my sister the truth?" His accusation instantly made the classroom atmosphere tense. Everyone looked at you in disbelief. As if you were a demon, you looked at Zachary's pitiful appearance and replied coldly, "Listen to yourself and hear what you're saying." Zachary continued speaking in an aggrieved tone. "I've compromised so much. Why are you still like this? I can accept how you treat me, but don't lie to my sister." At this moment, Chloe entered the classroom. Zachary immediately turned to her for help. "Chloe, Ethan is bullying me, and he lied to my sister. You have to stand up for me." You took off your glasses and smiled slightly. You leaned close to Chloe's ear. "Let's make a bet. If I hit Zachary, will I be expelled? If I win, before summer break, you have to stand on my side unconditionally. If I lose, I'll drop out myself and disappear from your lives." Before Chloe could even react, you directly grabbed Zachary's hair and viciously slapped him across the face. A crisp slapping sound echoed in the classroom. "You thought I didn't dare make a move?" Zachary trembled in fear. He wanted to call it to a stop, but you gave him no chance. Consecutive slaps swelled his face up. You kicked him in the stomach. Zachary instantly fell to his knees, clutching his stomach and wailing. You looked down at him from above, cursing. Stop acting like a bitch in front of me. You really asked for it. You hit him while cursing him out. The classmates were all too terrified by this scene to even move, and the petty tricks Zachary used to play in front of you completely collapsed in this moment. Seeing the reaction of the surrounding classmates, you spat on Zachary's face, warning him not to be a bitch again. Otherwise, you wouldn't be let off so easily next time. Mia's cold commentary seemed to make the situation even more ruthless. She felt your punishment for Zachary wasn't enough, and Zachary harbored a scheme, thinking this was an opportunity to get you into deep trouble. When the dean and the homeroom teacher rushed to the classroom, you instantly became modest and polite, facing them with a smile, forming a stark contrast with the Zachary on the floor who had been beaten beyond recognition. Zachary pretended to be extremely pitiful, crying out for the teachers to save him. At the same time, Mother Zane received a phone call and rushed to the school in a panic. Seeing her son's tragic state, she completely disregarded her image, screaming at you and threatening to call the police. However, beyond everyone's expectations, Fiona stepped forward and stood in front of you, calmly saying it wasn't your fault, and pointed out that it was Zachary who provoked the issue first, which led to you taking action. Facing his sister's cold attitudes, Zachary could only continue playing the victim, trying to exaggerate his pain to gain his mother's support. Hearing Zachary cry so miserably, Mother Zane's heart ached beyond measure. She practically glared at you through gritted teeth, but Fiona still stood in front of you, firmly blocking the way, not backing down an inch. Helpless, Mother Zane turned to the dean. This matter, your school must give me an explanation. I sent my child here, for him to learn knowledge, not to be bullied by people. Look at how he's been beaten up now, Zachary cried and pleaded. Please don't call the police, and please don't expel classmate Ethan. It wasn't easy for him to get into school. If a stain is left on his record, what will he do in the future? His grades aren't that good to begin with. If he gets expelled, he definitely won't be able to keep up if he changes schools. You looked at Zachary. Even though he was in so much pain he could barely speak, he was still pleading for you. Mother Zane was touched. Originally, she had some reservations about you, but thinking she had already given Zachary all the compensation, and 18 million was enough for the rest of his life, her heart hardened. Call the police. This counts as school bullying, Mother Zane said coldly to the dean. If it isn't handled by the police, how many more children will suffer this kind of abuse in the future? The school's reputation will be smeared because of this. The dean was sweating profusely. School bullying was a huge issue. Once exposed, the school would be put in a passive position. Yet you maintained a smile as if you didn't care at all. At this time, Fiona broke the silence. Since my brother said not to call the police and not to pursue it, then our Zane family will not pursue it either. Let this matter end here. She looked at Zachary, smiling mockingly. Brother, isn't this exactly what you wanted? Zachary choked on a sob. Before he could finish his sentence, he started crying again. Mother Zane looked at Fiona in shock. For a moment, she actually found this daughter unfamiliar. Did you not see your brother beaten up like this? How can we just let it go? Mother Zane was stung by her icy attitude. I am simply respecting my brother's decision. After saying that, Fiona turned to the dean. Zachary provoked Ethan first. Getting beaten was his own doing. Our Zane family will not pursue it, nor will we make things difficult for classmate Ethan. This matter ends here. Seeing Fiona providing a way out, the dean took the opportunity to step down. After all, exposing this kind of thing would damage the school's reputation. But your matter of hitting someone still had to be dealt with. He was already prepared to advise you to drop out. Ethan, call your parents here. Although the other party is not pursuing it, the necessary punishment still has to be given. You smiled and shook your head. I'm sorry, Dean. My family has all passed away. I'm all alone. Hearing these words, Mother Zane's heart suddenly tightened, like a steel needle piercing her heart. Beside you, Fiona quietly clenched her fists. Her eye rims turned red. When the atmosphere got awkward, the dean's phone rang. After returning, he announced in a strictly businesslike manner, Zachary provoked the issue first. Both sides are at fault. Zachary has decided not to pursue it. Classmate Ethan will write a self-reflection letter, and will consider the matter closed. You nodded respectfully to express your gratitude. Inwardly, you felt surprised. You originally thought this matter would blow up much bigger. You were even prepared to completely destroy Zachary. You didn't expect it to be resolved just like this. Zachary couldn't handle the shock and fainted on the spot. Mother Zane hurriedly sent him to the hospital, and you only needed to write a self-reflection letter, and the matter was completely over. Ethan, are you okay? Fiona looked at your slightly reddened hands. Her heart ached so much that a few drops of tears fell. She reached out, wanting to touch you, but you took a step back, dodging her hand. Fiona's hand froze in mid-air. Her face showed a hint of daze. She thought that since she helped you, your attitude towards her would change somewhat. At least you wouldn't reject her this much. But you remained cold as if nothing had changed. However, her heart remained firm. She always felt that time could solve everything. She would not allow herself to lose you. Fiona smiled awkwardly and asked, Are your hands okay? You gave her a flat look. I'm fine, I'm leaving, she hurriedly called out to you, her voice low. I'm sorry. You stopped in your tracks. Turning back to look at her, your face carried a rare, gentle smile. Fiona, I don't know why you are apologizing, but I will not thank you, if possible. I'd rather have never known you guys. Fiona's heart violently convulsed. She tried to explain, I know. Sister used to. You are not my sister, you interrupted her mercilessly. Fiona choked on a sob, and continued. I know I did many things wrong in the past. I shouldn't have given you the cold shoulder, nor should I have indulged Zachary in making everyone misunderstand you. I know you hate me, but I truly know I was wrong now. I will protect you from now on. I will never let anyone. You coldly cut off her words, turned around and went back to the classroom. The originally gossiping classmates saw you, and instantly quieted down. Chloe's eyes were full of disbelief. The school's rules had always been strict. Fighting always required calling the parents. In severe cases, you'd even be expelled, yet you were actually able to come back as if nothing had happened. Returning to your seat, Mia propped her chin, looking at you, smiling sweetly. You're back. Where is that green tea guy? He went back. Carried away by an ambulance. Pissed himself off. He fainted from his own anger. Mia covered her mouth and giggled lightly, her eyes curving into crescent moons. So we can still continue being desk mates. Her voice was soft and carried a slight nasal tone. You were in a slight daze, looking at her reddened eye rims. What's wrong? Mia's little hand pinched your waist, she complained softly. They all said you would be expelled. I was so worried about you. You smiled helplessly. I won't be. I was confident. There's plenty of evidence of that idiot Zachary framing me. Beating him up is already getting off lightly. Really? Maya was half believing, half doubting. She puffed up her cheeks. You nodded, smiling gently. Of course! Since I dared to make a move, I wouldn't be expelled. That's good. I thought I was going to lose you as a deskmate. At this moment, Zachary was lying in the hospital bed. His eyes were swollen to just a slit, but what was most unbearable to him was you only wrote a self-reflection letter, as if everything that happened meant nothing. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but cry out loud. Mom, it hurts so much. Why? I just wanted to make Ethan stay away from sister. Zachary choked on his sobs, tears falling drop by drop. Mother Zane held Zachary's hand with heartache. You will be fine. Mom will protect you. But in her heart, she actually understood. If they hadn't brought you back in the first place, perhaps none of this would have happened. Right at this moment, Lalana hurriedly pushed open the hospital room door. Seeing her brother's condition, tears instantly welled up. It's Ethan again. What right does he have to treat you like this? Seeing his second sister, Zachary felt even more wronged and cried even louder. Second sister, he beat me up like this. I'm in so much pain. I'm really in so much pain. You have to get justice for me. Lana's face turned gloomy. This time I must make Ethan go to jail. He dared to treat you like this. He doesn't respect our Zane family at all. Mom, we can't tolerate this matter anymore. Mother Zane sighed and said in a low voice, it was your sister. She used the Zane family's name to guarantee it. She won't pursue Ethan's responsibility. What? Sister actually did that? Lana couldn't believe it. She thought their mother would definitely stand up for Zachary. Mother Zane nodded helplessly. I feel like Fiona's mental state is already very abnormal. The way she looked at me scared me. We need to quickly find her a psychologist. She can't go on like this. Lana still couldn't believe it. Her sister had never stood by idly when Zachary was wronged. How could she stand on Ethan's side now? No matter what, Zachary got beaten. Are we really just letting this go? Mother Zane shook her head helplessly. Your sister has been very independent since childhood. She doesn't like people worrying about her. This time, it might be because Ethan's matter caused her too much psychological trauma. She doesn't want to believe Ethan could be that heartless. That's why she made such a decision. Although Lana was still unwilling in her heart, she knew her mother made sense. Ultimately, she could only grit her teeth and accept this reality. But her heart was still full of anger towards Ethan. Lana's face instantly darkened, thinking in her heart that you should have left ages ago, yet you still stirred up their family so there was no peace. She swore to make you pay the price. She walked downstairs, took out her phone and dialed a number. It's me, Lana! Help me beat someone up! After evening self-study ended, you and Mia walked out of the campus side by side. The roar of a motorcycle interrupted your conversation. 7 or 8 motorcycles completely surrounded you. The leader took off his helmet, revealing a handsome face. I'm Marcus, let's get acquainted. His gaze lingered on Mia, carrying an undisguised look of amazement. Marcus Ito, the eldest young master of the Ito family, currently pursuing Lana. And him coming to find you was obviously under someone's instruction. You suppressed the impatience in your heart and asked flatly, do you need something? I heard you can fight. The boys and I want to see for ourselves. After saying that, a few accomplices immediately surrounded you. Seeing this, you shielded Mia behind you. Don't be afraid, they are coming for me. Can I call 2 people over too? Hearing this, Marcus smiled. Of course! Mia held tightly onto your clothes. We are desk mates. We are neighbors. We are dinner buddies. As long as it's something related to you, then it's related to me too. Not long after, 2 people got out of a car. They scanned the surroundings and asked flatly, is it just these few people? You nodded. The other person flashed a police badge. Nobody move, police. One sentence stunned everyone. They quickly handcuffed Marcus and the others. Marcus gritted his teeth and said, "You actually called the police?" You looked at him calmly. "That's right, it was me." Just as Marcus was being escorted into the police car, dozens of luxury cars suddenly flooded the street, almost crowding the entire street. Seeing this grand display, even the experienced police officers were stunned for a moment, and those men in black stepping out of the cars, dressed in neat suits, moving like well-trained soldiers, giving off an undeniable sense of oppression. You noticed Mia looking coldly at this group of people. Then she tilted her head slightly, as if giving a silent signal. The leading man in black immediately understood. What a pity. This shop isn't open today. Then the dozens of luxury cars quickly departed. On the way back, Mia covered her mouth and giggled lightly, her face full of pride. "I didn't expect classmate Ethan to be so smart. Let's see if they dare to be arrogant anymore." She echoed along while her eyes shone with admiration. "You couldn't help but mock yourself. Don't let my rough exterior fool you. Actually, I'm quite smart a lot of times." "Haha." Mia suddenly leaned on your back, gently rubbed against you and said softly, "You are my hero." These words made your heart race. Your breathing became rapid. You even felt the softness of her body. You were secretly surprised. You didn't expect Mia to actually be this bold. After returning to your own room, although you appeared calm on the surface, your heart wasn't entirely at ease. You took out your phone, removed Lana's number from the block list, and finally made the call. You knew if Marcus hadn't underestimated the enemy today, things might not have gone so smoothly. Most importantly, you didn't dare to imagine, if Mia had gotten hurt, how would you face it? As soon as the call connected, you said coldly, "Lana, today's matter was very interesting, wasn't it? If there is a next time, I will absolutely not let you off." After saying that, you hung up the phone directly. The other end of the phone fell into silence. The person who spoke wasn't Lana, it was Fiona, and Lana beside her wanted nothing more than to vent her anger on you. "Ethan, what gives you the right?" Fiona was stunned for a moment, then suddenly grabbed Lana's arm. "What did you do to Ethan?" After listening to Lana stammering out the course of events, Fiona viciously slapped Lana across the face. "What right do you have to get people to beat up Ethan? What right do you have to treat him like this?" This slap completely dazed Lana. Her usually gentle sister was now actually hitting her because of you. "Sister, why are you protecting Ethan so much? He beat up Zachary." Lana looked at her sister in confusion, not understanding why her sister would push herself like this for you. "Let's go. Come with me to apologize to Ethan." Lana abhorred you from the bottom of her heart. How could she possibly be willing to apologize? Fiona gripped tighter. She even threatened, "If Ethan gets hurt, I will never forgive you." Lana took a step back in shock, her face full of disbelief. For a person who had been kicked out of the house, her sister was actually saying such things. "Zachary is your brother! I am your sister!" Fiona ignored Lana. Her raised hand eventually fell back down. Her eyes were full of helplessness and despair. Looking out the window, tears fell pat-pat onto the floor. She slowly slid down the wall and sat down. Seeing her sister like this, Lana also regretted saying those things just now. Her heart aching, she sat beside her sister, trying to comfort her. "Sis, don't cry. I'll go apologize to Ethan." Hearing Lana say this, Fiona hugged her tightly, her voice carrying infinite remorse. "Lana, we were all wrong." The moment Lana was hugged by her, her heart inexplicably ached. Like being pricked by a needle, tears flowed out unknowingly. She herself didn't understand why her heart suddenly hurt, why she couldn't help but cry. Fiona looked at her tear-streaked face and gently wiped them away for her. Finally, she rested her forehead against hers and pleaded in a low voice, "Promise sister one thing. Stop making things difficult for Ethan. Just consider it as sister begging you." When Lana heard the word Ethan, a sudden wave of sourness hit her heart. An indescribable emotion churned in her chest. She wanted to say something, but ultimately only let out an She didn't resist anymore. She just let her sister lead her out of the villa. Fiona drove Lana to the entrance of a high-end apartment complex. When Lana saw this place, she immediately realized this was where you lived now. She took out her phone and curled her lips. "Making me come here personally to apologize to you. You must be thrilled." She hesitated for a moment, but still dialed your number. However, as soon as it dialed, Lana looked at Fiona in a daze. "He blocked me." Hearing this, Fiona lay helplessly against the car seat. "He still refuses to forgive us." Lana let out a cold laugh. "If he won't forgive us, then so be it, sister. Ethan is just after the Zane family's money. He's capable of doing anything." While speaking, she took out her phone and showed the transfer record to Fiona. "Do you know? Ethan took $1 million from me. I bet he used it to pay the down payment here, and he insisted I write a voluntary deed of gift. He was afraid that one day I would ask for this money back." Fiona stared blankly at Lana's phone, looking at the transfer record and the voluntary gift contract. Her mind was in a mess. Lana continued to say, "Sis, we don't owe him anything. If we hadn't found him, who knows which mountain village he'd still be farming in right now. How could he afford to live in such a nice house and attend such a good school?" "Sister, you saw it too. It's not that I don't want to apologize. It's that Ethan blocked all of our contact methods." Fiona didn't respond. She just stared blankly at the apartment complex. "Then we wait." Lana couldn't believe her ears. "Sis, It's already past 11 p.m. Ethan must already be asleep. Plus I have classes tomorrow afternoon. Fiona still didn't respond. She just looked at the few rooms upstairs whose lights were still on. She didn't know how you were doing right now. Whether you got hurt, even just one glance. As long as she could confirm you were okay, she would be satisfied. Early the next morning, the moment you walked out of the apartment complex, Fiona saw you and finally breathed a sigh of relief. You looked to be in good spirits, not at all looking like you had been hurt. Fiona secretly rejoiced in her heart. She hurriedly nudged Lana awake. "Sis, let me sleep a bit longer. I'm so tired," Lana mumbled. "Ethan is coming out." "Stop sleeping." Without waiting for Lana to react, Fiona directly dragged Lana out of the car and pulled her towards you. When Lana saw you, she felt completely uncomfortable all over, especially when your gaze swept over her. She felt an inexplicable panic. Fiona gently pulled Lana's arm. Lana reluctantly muttered a sorry. You gave Lana a cold glance. You didn't say a word. You just bypassed them and walked towards the school. You were truly too lazy to engage with these kinds of people anymore. You only hoped to never see them again. Watching you walk away, Lana felt more and more frustrated in her heart. Although she was a bit in the wrong regarding this matter, could she just watch her brother being bullied by you and remain completely indifferent? Zachary was still lying in the hospital. Are you completely blameless? Why is it acting like it's entirely my fault now? Is it really wrong to help my brother vent his anger? Am I supposed to just watch him be bullied by you with my eyes wide open? Lana's anger flared up inside. She shook off Fiona's hand and caught up to you in a few steps. "What is your problem? Move." You were getting a bit impatient, not understanding what the Zane family actually wanted. Fiona repeatedly harassing you, Zachary provoking you, and now adding Lana. Clearly you had severed all ties and hadn't bothered them at all. Why couldn't they just let you go? "Ethan, what do you mean? I already came to apologize to you. What was that attitude you had just now?" You laughed. "Fiona is shameless, and you are even more despicable and shameless than her. Just because you apologize, does that mean I have to be eternally grateful and wag my tail begging for pity like a dog? Based on what? Who do you think you are?" Lana completely exploded. "You put Zachary in the hospital. Can't I, his sister, vent his anger for my brother? Eldest sister forgave you, because she still has a tiny bit of lingering trust in you. But let me tell you, what kind of person you are. No one knows better than me. I don't think I did anything wrong. Do you want to see what Zachary looks like right now, with his face entirely wrapped in gauze? What exactly did he do for you to be so ruthless? If it weren't for eldest sister, do you think you have any right, any qualification, for me to apologize to you?" You slowly let out a breath and responded coldly. "It's fine if you want to stand up for Zachary. I also said it. If this happens again, I won't let you off. So did I ever say I needed your apology?" Hearing this, Lana was so angry her face turned iron green. "Since I'm already here today, tell me, why did you hit Zachary? What exactly did he do that made you hit him so ruthlessly? Tell me why," you replied with an "oh." "Zachary has done too many things. Picking any random one is a reason to hit him." Lana smiled disdainfully. "I'd like to hear it then. What exactly did he do?" As soon as she finished speaking, your phone rang out. Zachary's voice came from it. "Ethan, I can tolerate you bullying me, but could you please not badmouth me in front of my sister? You were clearly the one who pushed me down the stairs." You directly pressed the pause button. Lana frowned. "Just because of this, you had to hit him physically? He was just protecting his sister. What did he do wrong?" You ignored Lana. Instead, you looked coldly at Fiona. "I want to ask you, what exactly did I lie to you about? And how did I distort black and white that required your beloved brother to protect you?" Fiona shook her head. "You never lied to me, and never said bad things about anyone, but someone doesn't think so. Sticking to me all day like a dog's skin plaster. Look at how much trouble you've brought me." Your words were like knives, stabbing straight into Fiona's heart. She always thought she was helping you, but in reality she dragged you into an even deeper predicament, being falsely accused, being stared at by everyone with strange looks. Although Lana heard her sister personally clarify face to face, knowing that Zachary was wrong this time, she still defended Zachary. After all, Zachary just hadn't figured out the truth of the matter. He falsely accused you, but he didn't do it on purpose. This kind of misunderstanding, just explaining it clearly face to face would suffice. Did it really require getting physical? You were too lazy to explain further. You directly pressed the play button. "I don't blame you for bullying me. I just wanted to tell you, how does it feel to be kicked out of the house?" Zachary's voice carried a smug tone, not a hint of feeling wronged. Instead, it was a tone of taking pleasure in your misfortune. "I said it. The one who is unloved is the real trash. Now I have proven it. Ethan, you are a complete and utter piece of trash. Don't think just because you are biological you can challenge my position in their hearts. You must be regretting it to death right now, aren't you? Asterisk, ha ha ha. I'll give you one chance. Apologize to me in front of everyone. Be an obedient dog from now on. Maybe I'll show some mercy and let you return to the Zane family. What a pitiful, spineless loser. Your biological father and mother don't love or care about you. Asterisk, even your two biological sisters treat you like an enemy. It truly is tragic." You glanced at the time and pressed the pause button. "Mia, get on the bike." Being delayed by these two people took quite a bit of time. We should go. Mia nodded. As she walked past Fiona and Lana, she said softly, since you guys can't be fair and impartial, don't come looking for Ethan anymore. He doesn't need you guys anymore. He is living a very happy life now. After saying that, she smiled and walked to your side. Lana stood blankly in place. Her mind was completely filled with Zachary's venomous words from just now. She couldn't believe it. How could that kind and innocent little brother she grew up with turn into this? She wished all of this was fake, but when she saw the tears shimmering in Fiona's eyes, she knew all of this was real. You hit him because he lied, not because he was trying to protect his eldest sister. Lana felt confused for a moment. Your cold gaze surfaced in her mind. Suddenly, a sharp pain struck her chest. She clutched her chest, the pain making her unable to breathe. Fiona hurriedly held her, comforting her softly. Lana leaned on her sister's shoulder. The pain gradually eased. She said weakly, Sister, I want to see Zachary. They went to the hospital together. Through the door of the hospital room, they saw Mother Zane happily coaxing Zachary. Fiona's eyes turned gloomy. Lana looked at Zachary in the hospital room, his face full of an innocent smile. It was completely different from the person in your recording. Perhaps Zachary just wanted to get the family's attention and used the wrong method. After all, Zachary was still young. It was inevitable he would do some childish things out of spite. Sister, I will have a good talk with Zachary. I won't let him appear in front of Ethan anymore. Fiona didn't respond. She turned and left the hospital. Lana knew Zachary would definitely make mistakes again, but she still chose to forgive, because they had been siblings for 18 years after all. Looking at the innocent smile on Zachary's face, Lana still forced herself to smile. Sister missed you.